Hey everybody, Jim Weller here, and good morning to you. We are live. Yes, we are. This is another edition of Weller Does Delmarva. It's a weekly show. It's live. We're sitting right inside of Laurel Junction in the cafe, Chef Fred's Cafe in Laurel Junction in Laurel, Delaware, and you're invited. You can literally come down and be part of the audience and hang out and order yourself some breakfast or have a cup of coffee or just sit here and watch the show made from scratch each and every Saturday morning. So if this don't work today, put it on the schedule and come on down sometime and hang out with us and see what it's like to watch the show be made. We have different guests coming and going. We have some giveaways today. If you are in, if you want to stop in. If you want to stop in before 9, we've got these really nice Weller Does Delmarva keychains. So you have to come here to get one, and you can do that. You could stop in. Is it going to be Colin or Hunter, or am I on my own at this point? So what would we like to do? I'll go ahead and do it. So Denise, we're going to go ahead and do the TV Delmarva Walls Service Center segment now. So good morning. Walls Service Center, first of all, is your go-to place for automotive repairs in Milford, Delaware. I've dealt with them for years. I got lots of friends that have. In fact, they've been in business, I think now 63, 64 years. Fourth generation on the scene. Colin the second is there pretty much most of the time, keeping things straight. So if you need anything from a simple oil change or your brakes, or it's the time of year you want to get something checked like your antifreeze and your coolant, whatever you may need, they are a great quality, family-owned, family-run business that knows what they're doing, use AC Delco parts, stands behind what they do, and they're good people. Monday through Friday, Walls Service Center, downtown Milford, Delaware. Now let's talk about TV Delmarva. TV Delmarva is out and about, and I think Monday night, that's like in a couple days, they're going to be broadcasting live caroling on the Circle in Georgetown. So that should be a good event coming up on Monday evening. So you want to tune in for that. And people say, how do I tune in to TV Delmarva? You simply point your antenna towards Seaford, rescan your TV, and channel 14 should pop up. Now, also, if you want it to be on Mediacom or Comcast or whatever, go on Facebook, look up TV Delmarva. There's a petition there. We're trying to get 6,000 people to say, I'd like to have it on Mediacom or Comcast, and hopefully that'll help get that ball rolling. We have to request that, they need to know that you want to watch it on those formats. So anyway, it's TV Delmarva. I've been doing some advertising. TV commercials are available. So if you own a business and you've got a year-end push on, that's what we've got. We're just trying to move as many trailers down the road as we can. So I bought a big package, and Colin actually gave me 50% off the normal price on this package. So I'm getting about 560 ads in a month, and I bought it for 3 months. So if you're out there and you're listening, you want to buy some advertising, you can text Colin at 302-242-8015, 242-8015. That's Colin Walls' cell phone number. You could text him and talk to him about it. But whether you want to watch sports, news, weather, or just general programming, Channel 14, TV Delmarva is the newest, hottest thing going, and it's a good little family-run operation. So anyway, there's Hunter and Rob Petrie and John and Colin, and then there's Jonathan and Colin the second, and we were all together there in Georgetown at the Christmas parade in Georgetown. In fact, our next parade is Friday night. This coming Friday night, December 10th. 2021, we are going to be broadcasting live from downtown Greenwood. They've got a huge Christmas parade planned. I think 60-plus things are going to go through there, and it kicks off Friday night. So you want to make plans for that. Downtown Greenwood. Greenwood has not had a Christmas parade for years, but they're having one this Friday night, December 10th. There's lots of Christmas parades out there. I think Millsboro is tonight. I think Dan Gaffney's emceeing that. So lots of things going on, and you don't want to miss it. You want to brighten your day and get in a good mood. Go to a Christmas parade. Take some kids, take your grandkids, take your neighbors' kids, whatever. All right, Weller's Utility Trailers is going to be open today, and during this show, we are going to have a guest visit from a very influential young man named Chuck Creighton. He's got some big events that have happened in his life this week, excuse me, and he's got some big events going to happen in his life next week. So he's going to share that with us. Not to mention, We have been having unbelievable trailer days. Some people are buying 2 and 3 trailers at one time. Businesses are just getting an enclosed, an equipment trailer, a dump trailer, whatever. You coming over? No, just checking. All right, so anyway, I got to take a break. We're coming on the radio in just 1 second. Now we're on the radio, Lawrence. Thank you very much. So you are watching and listening a show called Weller Does Delmarva. If you're tuning in for the very first time, just relax. We're not going to try to sell you anything. We're going to try to sell you lots of things. But anyway, we are going to have different guests. We're going to chit-chat. We're going to tell you how you can get the all brand new Weller Does Delmarva keychain. This is a quality keychain. This isn't one of them little cheapies. This is worth a few bucks. We're giving them away for free. We need you to stop in Laurel Junction and ask for Denise or Linda, and they will give you one today. Free, no purchase necessary. Now, have we got the collage ready? So everybody likes this collage. Now, for my radio audience, just listen to it. Don't try to watch it. It's not going to come up on your radio screen. Are you ready? Here we go. Today's adventures.
This week on Weller Does Delmarva, Sara Busker of the Delaware Agricultural Museum and Village joins us. Chuck Creighton of Weller's Utility Trailer stops in. Sheriff Mike Lewis of the Wicomico Sheriff's Department chats. TV Delmarva's Colin Walls of Walls Service Center checks in. We are live from the Laurel Junction and Chef Fred's Cafe in Laurel, Delaware. And now, here's your host, Jim Weller.
Hey, hey, hey. So that's just a smidgen of what's going on today. But we got a lot going on. Want to talk about one of my sponsor segments, which is I'll Be There Cleaning and Care. This is Dawn Kennedy, and people say, I got it. It's the time of year, you got people coming over, you're decorating, you got a lot going on, and you're busy. And you say, I just don't have time to keep it all clean and neat and tidy. Dawn can help you out, okay? Her business is called I'll Be There Cleaning and Care, which means she shows up. Okay, kind of important. She knows what she's doing. She's an owner, operator. She's got people that work with her, but she's on the scene. She's very attentive to detail. She likes things right. She likes things clean. She's a little bit of an organizer. If you need some help organizing something, she says she will be glad to give you tips. If you just want everything left unorganized but clean, she can do that too. So she can do a one-time cleaning of your house or your office or your showroom or whatever you might want done. She can do it for you on a weekly, a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, whatever kind of cleaning you need done. Now, I'm not talking about power washing. I'm talking about cleaning, okay? She cleans the inside of motorhomes, campers, people putting them away for the winter or getting ready to go away for the winter. She can clean it up for you. So anyway, if you need some cleaning done, she's licensed, she's insured. She'll work all the way from Fenwick Island to Smyrna. Very professional, very organized. Like her Facebook page, it's called I'll Be There Cleaning and Care. And on her Facebook page, she has tips, and she's an herbalist, so she has some herbal tips and things like that. So anyway, if you would like to talk to her, if you would like to get an estimate on what would it cost to clean your home or your offices or whatever, you give Dawn a call. Now, her name is Dawn, so she goes by Dawn, okay? Not that she has anything to do with the dish detergent. Her name is just Dawn, okay? Dawn Kennedy. 302-362-7064. 362-7064. Give Dawn a call, and she will tell you what services she has to offer and how can she help out. Now, this young lady, I think, has driven a long way to be here. She got up early, and her name is Sara. And Sara, how are you?
I'm good. How are you,
Good.
Jim?
You can move that mic right over here.
Okay.
So just keep coming with it. That way
Okay.
we'll almost be looking at each other.
Okay.
All right. So where'd you come from today?
So I came from Harrington, but first off, I want to thank you for giving the Ag Museum the opportunity to be on the show this morning and talk about what we've got going on.
Well, you should thank me afterwards in case you don't like it. You could have kept the thank you. Well, I try to help. The Ag Museum is like really got things going on, and we need to let people know and check it out. It's like a Delaware thing.
It is. It really is a Delaware treasure. I've been there 3.5 years. I'm the operations assistant for the museum. And I hear all the time people come in and say, oh, well, we've lived here all our life and we've never been here. They drive by all the time, and they don't know what that red barn is.
So how do you, and it looks like it's half a barn.
It does.
It looks to me like it was built with the intention of when we want to build on, we've prepared for that.
Yep.
But how do you describe where it's at?
So we are on Route 13, just south of Del State University.
On the southbound side?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I describe it as in front of Home Depot.
That works too.
Okay, so anyway, up by the racetrack.
Yep.
So it's for kids, it's for senior citizens, it's for everybody. It's like a walk back in time.
It is.
You could say, wow, I remember when this was this, or they wash clothes with a wringer washer and stuff
we have
like
those
that.
on display. We
Do
have
you
some of the
really?
wringer washers
Okay.
on display. Yep, absolutely.
Is there like these little buildings, like one of them might be, is one a dentist?
So, no, we don't have a dentist.
A barber.
We have a barber, and
A
they would have
barber,
pulled your
okay.
teeth in, too.
Oh, really? So the barber will cut your hair and pull your teeth?
Absolutely. Could have been. So.
Okay. So these little, I don't know if they're houses or buildings, but they're old buildings for starters, right?
Yes, they are.
That have been remodeled.
Restored, not necessarily
right.
remodeled. Restored.
Because they're not updated. They're
Right.
for that period of time.
For the period of time. So we have a historic 1890s village, and right now it's all decorated for Christmas. That's one of the things we're kind of focused on. We've kicked off our Farmer's Christmas, which runs from now, Saturday, December 4th, until December 19th, which is a Sunday.
Okay. So we got plenty of time while kids are
we
off
have,
from school.
have plenty of time. So on Saturdays, we're open 10 to 4.
10 to 4.
Sunday afternoons is 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
And then during the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're there 10 to 3.
Okay. And is it a tour where somebody takes me around, or do they just turn me loose? How does that go?
Right now, we just turn you loose. We
Turn
give you
me
a
loose.
map of the village, of the inside of the museum, so you can see everything. The interior of the museum is completely decorated for Christmas. We've had 4-H and FFA kids that have come in and decorated some trees, and they're in a tree decorating contest, so you can vote for your favorite tree. And also the buildings in our village, you can vote for those as well.
Well, because they've been sponsored by different businesses.
Yes, they have.
Is there like 17 of these little villages?
So there are 9 actual buildings
Okay.
that
Have a
of the
thing?
main buildings that have
Okay.
been decorated.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the charge?
So admission for adults 18 and up is $5.
Oh,
Children
wow.
age 6 to 17 is $3, and 5 and under is free.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's about the price of a cup of coffee at some
Absolutely,
places. So, and you could
absolutely.
spend 15 minutes, or you could spend 2 hours and 15
Yes,
minutes.
and I have
Okay.
seen people that have spent all day there before.
Really?
And right now on the weekends with Farmer's Christmas, we have all kinds of different activities going on. We'll have our blacksmith in the blacksmith shop actually doing demonstrations of what a blacksmith would have done.
Okay.
We'll have s'mores. Santa Claus is going to be there, so you can't miss Santa. You know,
Who's making the s'mores?
So we have a wonderful
like a professional
group of
s'more maker?
Well, he'd like to think that, but
Okay.
we have a wonderful group of volunteers that help us pull all of this together. And if
Really?
it wasn't for our volunteers, we couldn't do half of what we're able to do at the museum.
And is there any room to volunteer if somebody wanted to do something?
Absolutely.
Are you always looking for volunteers?
We are always looking for volunteers.
Okay. And what about like money? Can people donate? You know, it's the time of year. People are figuring out where would I want to make a donation or whatever. Do you take donations all year round, or
We
only
do.
1 month a year?
No,
or?
we will accept donations all year long. Right now, we're in our annual campaign drive, so
Really?
anything that comes in right now will kind of go into that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we will accept donations all year long.
What do you do there? Like, do you just sit in a chair and answer the phone, or do you walk around? Like, what do you do there?
So I do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I greet guests when they come in to
Okay.
visit the museum. I oversee the gift shop. I work on projects behind the scenes. I get to work
So they
with
allow you to do a lot of things.
a little bit of everything.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
good. All right, well, good. Well, so this is the Delaware Ag Museum. Probably the only one in Delaware, right?
Yes, we are the
Okay.
only ag museum in Delaware.
All right, in Dover, right on Route 13, southbound, right across from the Home Depot, down the road from where Shuckers used to be,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. So anyway, all right, so what's the website?
So our website is www.agriculturalmuseum.org.
Okay, Agricultural Museum. How you spelling agricultural these days?
It's AGRICULTURAL.
You got it. She got it right, everybody. Very good. Where'd you grow up at?
So I'm born and raised in Harrington. My
Really?
family has a dairy farm
Oh, really?
just west of Harrington. Yeah.
No kidding. Were you at the parade last night?
I was. My daughter and I were at the parade.
No kidding. You happen to know a guy named Billy Porter? Uh-oh, good. She doesn't know him. That's fine. All right. Just throwing that out there just for the heck of it. So, you have a good police chief there.
Yes.
In other words, and there's what's his name? Barlow?
Yes.
Yep, and there's a pavilion with his name on it. And
yes, there is.
Harrington is really growing. There's a nice big white building downtown. Isn't that the Bowers Group or something like that?
I think so, yep.
Yeah.
Harrington has changed a lot.
Yeah, it has. You got a Rural Farms now. Remember when they had the high-grade dairy?
Yes, I miss high grade.
Oh, I love their subs they used to have there. In other words, so, Harrington's doing good. And used to have a newspaper, didn't it?
Yes.
Yep. I just recently went to the Harrington Museum.
Okay.
And I was quite taken with all the things I remember about Harrington there. And Taylor and Messick, and it used to be Taylor's Hardware, and just all the different things that have happened in Harrington. So, all right, but we were on the Delaware Ag Museum, weren't we?
We were.
All right, so anyway, is there a Facebook page for the Delaware Ag Museum?
We do have a Facebook page. It's just Delaware Agricultural Museum, so you can find us on Facebook.
All right, well, very good. And anything else I need to know?
We just
tell people to come see them.
Yeah, come see us. We open at 10 o'clock today. When I leave here, I'm going to head on up to Dover, and hope to see you guys there soon.
Go there is what I wrote, okay? I'm going to go there. All right, I'm going to give you a keychain. What's that other lady's name that works up there?
Carolyn Claypool, who's our director.
She's still in charge?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so I'm going to give you one for Carolyn.
Okay.
I'll give you one for her.
All right.
Now, there's another lady, and her husband is named McCann.
Bonnie McCann.
If
yeah,
I
Bonnie
give
and
you
Hank.
one, would you give it to her, or would it not make its way to her?
No, it'll make it. Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
Her?
I know Bonnie.
It's very difficult to deal with.
I love her.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so that's that. So one for you, one for Carolyn, and one for Bonnie. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, one more thing. Have you ever heard of Chick-Fil-A?
Absolutely. I love Chick-Fil-A.
If I gave you 2 gift cards to Chick-fil-A, would you promise to use them by the end of the year?
Absolutely.
There you go. You can have those too. How's that?
Thank you.
Was it worth coming?
Of course it was.
All right, just checking. All right, well, we're going to let you go, okay?
All right.
Merry
Thanks so
Christmas.
much. Merry Christmas.
We're going to come see you sometime, and hopefully my wife won't start no trouble while she's there.
Oh, I don't believe that.
No, so anyway. All right, well, take them with you.
All right.
All right,
you.
thank you, Sara. Delaware Ag Museum, everybody. You need to check it out. It's kind of like one of those things that you go to it and you're like, wow, that is really cool. So, what else is going on? We're sitting here. We're right inside Laurel Junction. I don't know if I even mentioned this to you, but Weller's has got our new calendars. So if you want a calendar, we only got a few hundred of them. So if you want one, stop into Weller's and they will gladly give you one. It's best to stop in while we're open, okay? Hey, Denise, do you want to help me talk about Dr. T for just a minute and brag on the services? No, she's like, no, I'm busy. I'm really comfortable. You could stay there. You could come over. Come on over. This is Denise. She said to me today, I don't know if you have any time for me, but I said, well, I don't have any time, but I thought you could help me talk about Dr. T. Dr. T, you seem to always enjoy going. Oh, this is a sponsor segment. I got to say that up front.
Okay.
All right. You like chiropractic care.
I love chiropractic care.
And at one time in your life, you were not as big a fan of it as you are
right,
now.
Right. I did not like it.
You go regularly.
I do go regularly. In fact, I go once a month.
No matter what.
Right. But
Okay.
The last time I was there, which was a few weeks ago, I asked, can I come every third week instead of fourth week?
Oh, speeding it up a little bit.
Speeding it up a little bit. I
That's
may go
fine.
every other week sometime. I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel so much better when I
Like,
come
feel
out of
better
there.
how? Oh, Linda's going to take a picture of us. Oh, okay. Feel better how?
First
Like,
of all, I love.
does he put your mind at ease?
Well, I love talking with Dr. T. He's
Okay.
just so full of such
Energy.
positive energy. Yeah,
Right.
positive information. He's a good guy.
The whole place is like a wellness center.
It is. And
Even
they're
when you
so
check in
friendly,
and
yeah.
they take you back. And I mean, and then you've never dealt with Dr. Bud, have you?
I have not, Doctor.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, they're both fantastic. I'm going to just say that. And I have a lot of people that say to me, what would you say to somebody that's scared of going to chiropractic care?
Oh, they would just put your whole mind at ease. They're just so friendly.
Right.
Down to earth. Not all clinical acting
Correct.
or whatever.
Not in a hurry to get done with you.
Right. They're just down-home folk that knows what they're doing,
Yep.
cares about you, and are just very personable.
And they make a difference. When you're done with them, you usually feel better
Yeah,
right away.
I always feel better afterwards.
Wow. So that's what we're saying about Peninsula Chiropractic Center. It's conveniently located. It's right on the highway, isn't it?
Yeah, right on the highway.
Right outside of Seaford. So anyway, what is the phone number? 629-4344. Dial it in that order. 302-629-4344. I want to go to that Delaware Ag Museum soon.
Okay.
So try not to let me forget.
I think Linda and Jim are going too. Maybe we.
We could go together. All right. Now we're going to do a picture with Linda.
Okay.
We'll show them where Shuckers used to be. Yeah, a place that we used to eat at Shuckers all the time, didn't we?
We did.
All right.
Yeah.
What else is going on? We're going to take our Christmas card picture today, hopefully.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And what else? Anything else with you? We're going to church tomorrow.
Yeah, you caught me off guard a little bit.
I know, I did. Well, I'll bring you back another time, maybe. Hey, can I tell you about this? And you tell me if you've ever been?
Okay.
Have you ever been to the 45th annual Christmas in Bridgeville Craft Show?
I used to go every year.
You did,
It
and you
was
used to
on
buy
my
stuff
calendar.
every year.
I know. Now I have my house is full. So,
Okay.
but if your house
It's
isn't
today.
full, I know if your house isn't full, you should stop here. And
We may swing
go
by
to it.
on the way home.
Okay.
All right, just for the heck of it. There
Just
might be
for the-
something I can't live without.
Yeah,
but
there
it's
you go.
full of all kinds of things. It's at the Woodbridge Middle School. It's today only, starting at 9 to 3. So don't miss it. Start your Christmas shopping today. In other words, all this merchandise, most of it is made by people, handcrafted stuff. Can you remember anything you bought there?
No.
No.
Too long
Okay.
ago, Jim.
All I remember is it was neat stuff.
And it's packed.
So,
The whole school was
yeah,
packed. Yeah.
upstairs, downstairs,
Oh, my
everywhere.
goodness. Yeah, it's a lot to see there.
Yep. What's it cost to get in? Free. Free
beat that.
admission, free
Can't beat
parking,
that.
free admission, free fresh air.
Yeah.
Okay, restrooms, everything. It's just great. I think I've bought chocolate chip cookies there that were pretty darn good.
Maybe you probably
So we
did.
really do need to see if there's any for sale today.
Okay.
All
Because I
right.
don't bake those anymore.
Well, that's okay as long as I can get them there. So
Yeah.
anyway, it is today and today only, December 4th. It's hard to believe it's December 4th, isn't it?
I know. Christmas
So-
is here.
Let's jump to another subject.
Okay.
Tonight is an event. Tonight. What event is tonight? Can you remember?
Must be a parade.
Not a parade. There is a parade tonight, but
What is
this
it?
is something different. This is in the Allendale Fire Hall.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
This is Jeannie Morgan, Jeannie and Dave, blessing families at Christmas, and it starts at 5 o'clock tonight, 5 to 9. You could come and go or whatever, but there's music, but there's silent auction items, and there's live auction items. It's a lot of fun, and it's a fundraiser for, Dave and Jeannie Morgan have this ministry called, Blessing Families at Christmas, and they raise money to literally bless families.
Right.
And,
Can I tell what I bought last year?
you can tell.
I think it
Oh
was
my
last
gosh,
year.
folks. We went, I don't know if it was last year or the year before,
Right,
but
it-
we went,
Yeah.
and this was a silent auction or live auction?
Silent auction is what I bought my item in.
Okay, I bought something at the auction too. You go ahead.
Okay.
What did you buy?
Okay. They have people donate things for the silent auction. And there was this man that had found a piece of driftwood
I remember this.
on the beach, and he refinished it. Like it has a finish on it, like a patina that I've never ever seen before.
What's a patina?
Like it's just the
A
text,
patina?
the look of it. The
okay.
the color of
The
it
sheen
or
or
whatever.
the shine?
Yeah, any of it.
Okay.
Anyway, I just loved it. It was I just had a place for it and everything. So I bid on it, but he was telling me that he really didn't want to donate it. That his wife told
Made him
him
do it.
to get rid of it. But
Right.
I want him to know, and I did go back and tell him that I just love it.
Where
I
is
just
it?
love it. It's in our sunroom on
Okay.
that table. I mean, it's
Okay.
not now. I got a Christmas decoration
Okay.
there. But it's this long piece of driftwood. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And he found
Looks like
it
an
on
old
the
rotten
beach.
love to me.
I know.
To Denise, it's a
I
beautiful
know,
piece
I
of
know, I
driftwood.
was so excited. I won the bid and everything.
Oh,
So.
she was so happy.
Anyway, so it has stuff like that. I mean,
Right.
they have baskets that they
Right.
usually go, auction
Right.
off or whatever.
Yep.
Hmm.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, all kinds
so
of things.
anyway,
We don't know.
they're
You-
going to have a rocking horse.
Yeah, you did that.
We donated a rocking horse to them,
Yeah.
so they're going to have that. I bought it at one fundraiser auction. Now I'm donating it to another. So
right. So
anyway,
they have food.
food. They have food. They probably have some baked goods. It's a good time. That's tonight at the Allendale Fire Hall. There's no charge to go. No charge to go in. You just come, browse around, listen to some music,
live
and
music. Her husband
Yep.
sings
And the music and the gospel music starts at 6 o'clock. There's going to be some Christmas music. Just a lot of good things going on. There's desserts and homemade soups and hot dogs. So that is tonight only. A lot of today-only offers coming up here on the show.
Right.
All right.
Okay, I did want to tell you something. I came across something on the internet today that I want to do with Jenny, but it's the first time I have ever, like, it's the opera up to Wilmington.
Oh,
okay, you know what I'm talking
okay.
about?
Yes, I do.
But
I go there frequently.
Yeah, but I just read. I was getting ready to buy the tickets. I picked my seats and everything, and it said you have to have proof of your COVID test.
Oh,
and I have never
wow.
come across that before.
Yep.
So it was going to be me and Jenny, and I don't know if she's had her COVID.
I don't even
know
know if you're legally allowed to ask anybody that question.
Well, you can't get tickets unless you can prove.
They
that-
say that stuff, but I don't know how anybody can even uphold that.
Really?
Yeah, because it
I'm
has...
not going to buy tickets and then find out that she can't get in.
Right. Well, don't, because it's like, to some people, it's like a big game, you know, like, can we make you do this and make you do that? In other words, it's like a big chess game,
I
using
don't look
people
at
as the
it like
pawns.
that, you
Well, I
know?
agree, but I mean, and I'm not knocking the vaccine or anything like that, but I mean,
Right.
my gosh, they never made a vaccine for the flu, you know, and people have
No,
had
I
the
do.
flu
I
for
get
years.
a flu shot every year.
Yeah, but you're not required to.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can still go in Walmart without a flu shot.
I guess they've had
All right.
they've had mass deaths on this one though.
They
haven't
have.
they?
They have. I think people have died from the flu. I'm not poo-pooing it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Right.
I just think that, you know, we're being a little overly manipulated.
Right.
You know, when you can push people around, it turns into fun before you know it.
But if somebody can prove they got COVID at your place, can't they get in trouble?
I
Maybe
doubt
that's the whole purpose. They don't
I-
want you're in a closed area.
But people
in
that are
opera house.
vaccinated still get COVID. The vaccine only appeases people. I don't know that it has anything to do with whether you do or don't get COVID.
This is really a hot topic, isn't it?
It's a topic with no win in sight.
All right.
No win in sight. I say just trust in the Lord for your health and your provisions, and He will provide. And, you know, you got to remember, too, this earth is not our home. It's not our final resting place.
That's so true.
I mean, we fight to live here forever, but we don't work towards going to heaven. I mean, going to heaven is where we ultimately want to dwell, I would hope and think. So
Go, Jim.
I'm just saying, you know, this life is short. It's the next life that lasts forever is the way I look at it.
Okay.
Okay, enough said on that. Before you know it, we're going to get in trouble with somebody.
We will.
Motor vehicles now monitoring all that stuff. I got this notice from the motor vehicle the other day about I got to do something. I can't find it quick
I
enough,
know
but
what you're
anyway.
talking about. I got one too.
You did? Did you fill it all out?
No, you told me
Because some
not
people say
to.
it ain't real, but the motor vehicle wouldn't be any part of something that ain't real.
I probably would have
So-
done it if you hadn't have told me. No, I wouldn't have done it.
No, anyway. All right, that's all. Can we stop talking about COVID?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, because a lot of people we know have passed away from COVID, in other
Right, I
words,
know.
and it's devastated people. But, okay, so with that said, you may be going to the opera in Wilmington.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay?
But I bet my seats are gone now because I didn't buy
Right.
them this
That's
morning.
right. So, all right.
Okay.
Can we end on that note?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you go. Is that all right?
Okay.
Thanks, Denise. All right, everybody. So we're here. We got way off topic this morning now. I've gotten further behind than I was, and it was all my fault. So real quick, I just want to remind you that Weller's is open at 8 o'clock today. If you want anything this year, even though it sounds like the end of the year is far away, we just found out this week that there is a tire and wheel shortage for trailers that could go into mid-2023. So we are not hearing any good news about next year. But we got what we got, and we'll sell what we got at Weller's in Bridgeville. We're taking a break. We'll be right back in a few minutes. All right, to my TV, Facebook, and YouTube audience, we haven't even left you. Okay, so don't go anywhere. We don't want to lose you or anything of that nature. Hunter is coming down. Denise is going to start the timer. Linda is going to take a picture. Did you get a picture of me and Denise? I can't even remember. But it was like a blur. All right, now it's me and Hunter. Here we go. Thank you, Hunter, for coming down for the picture. We're done now, so you could come back later. All right, I need to ask you, what was this blur in the sky that you posted a picture of?
Oh my gosh, what a what a catastrophe last night trying just to explain to everyone exactly what it was. End up breaking our website because so many people were just hitting tvdelmarva.com just to see it. But I got a flood of messages from about 5:30 to about 7 about this string of lights moving across the sky very slowly.
Like over Sussex County?
Over Sussex County, pretty much like a lot of places. It was
Okay.
like more of a tourist, like Seaford, Millsboro, and stuff like that. It was cloudy in my house in Lewis, so I didn't even get to see it. So I'm just like, well, I wish I would knew of that. But then I did some more research, and it was actually Starlink. It was a recent launch a couple days ago from Cape Canaveral. They're actually going to be doing 4 launches this month, sending Starlink
Really?
satellites up.
And this is Starlink, which has a goal of providing internet to everybody in the world.
Yep.
Okay. I hope they provide internet to a guy on Webb Farm Road in Lincoln.
Yeah.
Which is me.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah. So they
Especially-
launch these satellites all the time. Mm-hmm. And then they sell people internet.
Yeah, they plan to send like 15,000.
Do
up
they
there.
really?
Yeah.
So this was a stream of them?
Yep. What happens is because like once they get released out of the spacecraft, they're all kind of grouped together, and they're still fairly low in orbit, so they have to keep spreading out and picking up speed as they go around the planet, and then eventually they'll all be all spread out. So what they've seen is just like happens to be perfect timing with the
Like
sun
5
glare.
or 6 of these things in a row.
No, there's like 50 of them in a row.
And who took this picture?
Many people did.
Okay. So this picture, you posted it on TV Delmarva.
Yeah.
And it freaked everybody out. They thought like somebody's Christmas lights are flying through the sky
I've had
or
people
something.
thought they said it was aliens. I had people
Aliens?
thought that it was a meteor, but that's way too slow to be a meteor.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there's so.
What did you think it was at first?
Oh, I immediately thought it was Starlink.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I've seen
Okay.
something like that before.
Okay.
But I was just trying to get some information up, like if anyone had photos or video of it, so I can actually confirm that it is, since I didn't actually see it my own self.
Okay. And this is TV Delmarva.
Mm-hmm.
And you are just really on top of things. You and Rob Petrie and John are out there, whether it's news, whether it's weather. I mean, you guys are covering
Everything.
it all. Right. So what's next? When are we going to get snow?
I would love that.
Okay.
But
You think-
unfortunately, yet again, doesn't look like a good year for it for us here.
Really?
No, unfortunately.
Right.
Unless you're further west, like in the Appalachian Mountains, you have a better shot than we do over this way.
I heard there's going to be a salt shortage. So guess how many bags of salt I bought? A few hundred. just to have them, not even to sell them. I just don't want
A
to.
salt shortage?
That's what I'm being
We
told.
have an ocean right there.
I know, but I'm being told.
We have an unlimited supply
All you got to
behind
do
us.
is tell me there's going to be a shortage of something, and I go out and buy a
There's
lot
going
of
to
it.
be people just going to be taking salt water and just making their own salt at home at this rate.
There's a guy that does that.
Really?
Yeah, sea salt. He sells it as salt.
Nice.
Yep. So that is true. So
That is awesome.
what else do we need to know about TV Delmarva? How can people get one of these new TV Delmarva keychains that you guys are giving away?
That would be to get in contact with Colin herself, or
Okay.
just get
He's
like,
very
in contact.
protective of them.
Yeah.
They're going to be a collector's item, folks. So anyway, I don't even know if he's got any left, but he had these keychains made, and they're really cool looking, and he was giving them away for free. So anyway, you'll have to reach out to Colin if you want one. 302.
Yeah, and hopefully we
Go
have
ahead.
some more like different varieties, like hats or shirts or like coffee mugs, stuff like that in the future.
Yeah. I got a deal for him on some size 15 rubber boots that he can get and give away on TV Delmarva.
Size 15,
Might even have some 16s. And I think they're only $10 a pair,
male or female.
Right or left, it doesn't matter. Oh, all right. So I think that's all I got. You got anything else? How do people watch this TV Delmarva? Let's steer them somewhere.
Well, there's multiple ways. You can
Okay.
look for us over to Air Channel 14 on our website, tvdelmarva.com, in the watch live streams section. If you got a Roku, we have TV Delmarva app that has all 4 of our channels on
right there.
And hopefully on cable at some point.
Right. Do you know about this petition? So you go online and you're signing a petition to encourage Mediacom and Comcast to consider. In other words, what you're saying is you want TV Delmarva on those things. Is that right?
Absolutely.
So we're encouraging people to go find that on TV Delmarva's Facebook page and sign the petition. Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right.
We need all the help we can get for that.
Right, because it's an uphill battle, but we're going to get it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I am going to leave you. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine.
Have a
sir.
good weekend.
You too.
All right, see ya. Hunter Outten, there he goes, everybody. Very intelligent young man, loves the weather, loves talking about the weather and educating us about the weather. Now, what else is going on today? Weller Does Delmarva is going to be here with you all the way up till 9 o'clock this morning. Now, In a few minutes, we're going to go back live on the radio. We're not on the radio yet, I don't think. So when we go back on the radio, then we're going to talk to Chuck Creighton. So, Linda, we'll do the picture now just for the heck of it. It's me and Chuck. It's for next year's calendars, the swimsuit edition. Me and Chuck. All right. So anyway, what else is going on? I think we're going to go back on the radio in a moment. But meanwhile, I want to remind you where we are. We're in Laurel Junction in Laurel, Delaware. I hear the radios coming back now, by golly. Here we go. Here we go. It's just like magic. So welcome back to my radio audience. You are watching and listening to Weller Does Delmarva. All right. Now, let's talk about an accountant, okay? You've all seen the movie The Accountant. That has nothing to do with what I'm getting ready to talk about, okay? This is a sponsor segment. This is my accountant. His name is George Luff and Associates, and he's my accountant. His son Tyler is working with him, and there's a whole team of people, and whether I want to talk to him about personal stuff or my rental business or my trailer business, he has the answers, and if he doesn't have them, he gets them, because the tax laws and your deductibility and many things are changing more and more all the time. So I want to make sure I'm doing it right, okay? So if you need an accountant, whether you just need it for your own personal taxes, maybe you're settling an estate, maybe you are a business and you've been doing your own taxes, or who you've been dealing with isn't getting the job done for you, I highly recommend George Luff and Luff and Associates. They have 3 offices, one in Milford, one in Rehoboth, and one in Dover. Okay, I'm going to give you one phone number in a minute. It'll get you anywhere you need to be. They do have a website, which is Luff, which is LUFFCPAs.com. And the phone number is 302-422-9699. Now, that's 422-9699. If you have any accounting questions or need any advice or input or help, they can help you out. Now, another thing they do, we've been dealing with them for years on this at Weller's, is their easy payroll system. And there's nothing easy about payroll unless you let Luffs take care of it, okay? So you just give them a call. You don't even have to deal with them for your accounting. If you want help with payroll, they can help you. You got a business to run. You don't want to keep up with all that stuff. You just want somebody to take care of it. They can take care of it. It's called Easy Payroll at Luff and Associates. So what's their phone number? 302-422-9699. LuffCPAs.com on the web. Now, one more thing I did want to mention. Today in Greenwood, I got all these today-only offers, okay? Today in Greenwood, this is a friend of mine, Joey Wagner, owns Marketplace Antiques, okay? It's right in Greenwood next to Emma's Restaurant, all right? They're having their annual Christmas open house. This is a huge building full of all kinds of things, store-wide sales, free holiday treats and drinks, Marketplace Antiques. They have antiques, they have collectibles, treasures, curbside pickup, and local delivery are also available. So check them out. Look up their Facebook page, Marketplace Antiques in Greenwood. Like their page. There's probably some pictures and information there. And if you go there, tell Joey I sent you, all right? Looks like the open house is today, 20% off store-wide. That's a pretty good savings. But it's like 6,000 square feet of who knows what. Really good, interesting things. Now, here he is, the gentleman who is helping me run my business. He's very intelligent. He tells me this every day, how intelligent he is. Okay, I haven't seen any documents to this effect. But Chuck Creighton, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Jim?
Well, good. Now, you've had a big week.
I've had a big week.
Okay, we got a lot of trailers in.
A lot of trailers coming in, a lot of trailers going out.
But that wasn't the highlight of your week.
Yep.
What was the highlight of your week?
On Tuesday morning, I welcomed my grandson, Levi Creighton.
Levi Creighton. Into the world.
Into the world.
Brand new baby.
Brand new baby boy.
Wow, isn't that something?
It was wonderful.
Wow.
He's beautiful.
And he lives in the whereabouts?
Vienna. My son
Vienna.
lives in Vienna.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. Sausage place. Isn't that where they make Vienna sausage or something?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay. All right, so you got a grandson. You got other grandsons? This is your
Yep.
first grandson?
This is number
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Get out of town.
Yep. Well, I have,
Wow.
I have a blended family.
Wow, well,
So
very
I have
good.
stepchildren and my children. This is
Wow.
my second Creighton grandson.
Really? Well, I think it's wonderful. You got a big family.
I have a huge family, yes, sir.
And you all love each other and get along most of the time.
Most of the time.
Right. So it's good. All right. Now, what's happening next week? You told me next week's a big thing for you.
I have 2 big things happening next week.
Okay.
My stepdaughter is having a baby as well.
Wow.
And her due date is December 7th.
Around here?
She's in Cambridge.
Cambridge. Okay. All right. Well, good.
So she's
There's
supposed to have
another.
a granddaughter, so that'll be my second granddaughter.
Wow.
So that's
That's pretty good.
It's going to be a good Christmas.
Good
It's
job.
going to be a good Christmas at the house.
And then what else is happening next week?
Then Thursday,
Right.
I celebrate a birthday.
Chuck's birthday is Thursday.
Yes.
Now, are you turning 65?
No, a little younger than that.
No, I'm just messing
A
with
little
you.
younger than that.
All right.
My body's 57, but my mind's 22.
Oh, wow. And he's just as sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
So he's on it. He keeps up with me pretty good.
Yeah.
He does. So anyway, well, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
If I was a better employer, I would give you the day off with pay.
Yeah.
But I'm just not that kind of guy, okay?
I understand.
So, well, I got to be honest with you. We used to do that.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And then somebody got bothered. But I don't remember why we stopped. Some weird thing happened, but we used to give everybody their birthday off with pay.
They're just too busy for that.
Maybe. I don't know what it was. Now, can we talk a little business?
Yes, there's
Okay.
that's another big event happening. Well, today
Today only thing.
is the last day of our big sale.
That's right. I brought this little flyer because I was thinking, is there anything left?
There are a few left.
Okay.
And the biggest thing about this sale is you'll never have these prices again.
Ever. I know.
The trailers are going up. I'm talking to
Yep.
manufacturers all week. Prices are going to change after the first of the year.
It's
gonna
terrible.
Going to be something else. So you'll never be able to buy a trailer as cheap as you can today.
Right, for sure. How about the aluminum truck beds? I hear we're selling them like crazy.
We sold all of our truck beds that are long beds.
So now we just have the short
we have,
bed.
I think 5 short beds left right now.
Okay. And guess when our next delivery is, folks? Late next year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Truck
for
beds, I
truck
don't
beds.
know, yeah.
Well, hopefully. I'm supposed to get another load later next year. So I know it sounds insane. Doesn't it sound insane, the stories we hear all week long?
Yeah, I've been talking to manufacturers this week. It's just, they're just beside themselves. I guess end of the year, they're doing their reflection, seeing how they did this year.
And is it even worth staying in business?
Right. I have one person said, I can't, for the money we're making on trailers, time we look at it, it's just, we're not making any money.
Right.
So it's a rough time.
I don't think people realize how hard it's been on smaller businesses like Weller's. I mean, it is unbelievable keeping up with everything now. Nothing goes smooth. We got a ramp gate in for somebody, and they forgot to send the hinges.
The hardware, yeah.
Yeah, and that's been months.
That's been months. So
And we just call and email and no reply, and it's insane. And some of the manufacturers we deal with now refuse to sell us any parts.
Right.
Because there's such a part shortage.
they're worried about running out. And I heard
Right.
another manufacturer, I think you told me, they're running out of tires.
Yeah.
They don't have tires to put on the
Yeah.
trailers to send them out the door.
Yep. So it's crazy. So anyway, the one thing that you can depend on at Weller's is we're going to work hard night and day to make sure we have inventory. And guess what we have plenty of?
Trailers.
Trailers. No
Plenty of
doubt.
trailers.
I mean, plenty. We probably have as many trailers as if you added up 15 dealers within 50 miles of us, added them all together.
I'd say even more than that.
I mean, because on your way down, there's a couple trailer stores that don't have 50 trailers, So we got trailers. We got the deal. We got the 1 year same as cash. That's been the thing that has helped everybody that's going to buy a trailer next year just say, you know what? I'm just going to buy it now.
Buy it now and pay for it later, and
No interest.
no interest.
Okay, so really, they don't even have a payment for 3 months.
The first 90-day payment, the first payments are deferred 90 days from the time
90
of purchase.
days. So that gets you almost into March,
Yeah, that's-
mid-February
yeah,
anyway.
Mid-February, yeah.
So if you need a trailer, now we do that on new and used trailers.
New and used trailers, really anything in the store.
If they need a hitch or a brake box or they
can add
want
that
some
onto it.
straps or a generator, they can do that. And then you have a small monthly payment, but you don't even have it for 90 days.
Correct.
And then after that, you have a payment every month.
Every month.
And then at the end of 1 year, I guess a couple days before the end of the year,
Right.
360 days, pay that loan off in full, whatever the balance is, and you won't pay 1 penny in interest.
They'll waive all finance charges.
Isn't that something? And in the event life changes and you can't pay it off, you're not in default. It does not hurt your credit. You then just continue to pay the payment, but you will pay interest
You will
all
pay
the way
interest.
back to day number 1.
It'll start back to day 1, yes.
Right. Okay. Well, how do people reach you, Chuck? What is the best way to talk to Chuck?
Call the store today, 302-337-8228. I'll be there 8 to 2.
8 to 2. And other than that, we got some dump trailers coming.
We got a load of dump trailers. They're coming Tuesday now.
Tuesday. Oh, woo, really?
They
Wow.
bumped it up a week.
No kidding.
Yep, Sam sent me a message late yesterday. Said
And
they'll be
we
there
might
Tuesday.
get 2 or 3 loads of dump trailers before the end of the year.
I hope so. I get told,
They say that,
I
yeah.
get told stuff and then it doesn't happen.
Right. We hate to repeat it. Like, I like to repeat it. Chuck don't like to repeat
Yeah.
it because he's the one who has to face you when it doesn't work
Yeah,
out.
that's
So
right.
I do want to let you know we do our best, okay? In other words, we do our best. We are getting a bunch of new swing set displays.
Yep, I think they're coming this week.
We have to talk about where we're going to put them.
Okay.
Okay, please don't let me forget that. But we got some new swing set displays coming. We are selling our old displays.
Yes, sir.
And so if you want that, they're on sale between now and the end of the year. And you can do the 12-month same as cash on them.
Yes, you can.
Okay. What else do you want to say to everybody?
Come see us. So like I said, today is the day you can buy the trailer at the best price you'll see in a long time.
Yeah.
You won't
It's
be able to
kinda
buy it
sad,
this cheap.
isn't it?
Yep, it's guaranteed. I've talked to manufacturers, like I said, all week long, and everybody's talking price increases first of the year.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see trailers this low
Ever.
again.
Yeah, ever. So, and if you got a used trailer, we literally will buy your trailer, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't even have to buy anything from us. We will just write you a check for your used trailer. I bought one recently where I paid the gentleman more than he paid for it in 2019. Mm-hmm. Big 24-foot enclosed.
It's the market's going crazy.
The market's going crazy, but we're trying to just stay crazy with it.
Yep.
So
And we're just the people to do it.
we're just the people to do it. Look at us. We're actually more intelligent than we look, right?
Absolutely. I'm a lot smarter than I look.
Okay. All right. Next week I got George on.
George will be here next Saturday.
George
Yes, sir.
is our shop man. In other words, been with me for years. He could put hitches on, brake boxes, weld,
very
fabricate.
talented,
Yeah,
very
very talented. So we're going to chit chat with George next week. Okay. All right. So come see us at Weller's in Bridgeville.
Yes, sir.
You gonna stay up until 2 today?
I'll try.
What time do we close on Saturday?
Saturday, usually we'll start wrapping up about 10 after 2, quarter after 2.
Okay. All right. So don't drag us out there too late. We
Yeah.
want to get out of
You
there.
come there at 2, we'll take care of you.
But make it quick.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Okay. Did I give you any gift cards to Chick-Fil-A?
Not recently. I don't think you
If
ever
I
have.
give them, will you use them?
Absolutely.
That's the key. They've got to be used, okay?
I can use them.
All right. I'm going to give you maybe 4. Is that enough?
That'll take care of me. Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
That'll be my snack
All right.
for this afternoon.
There you go. Chuck will be hanging out at Chick-fil-A in Seaford or Cambridge or Easton or
Yeah.
somewhere.
This is a good every Chick-fil-A.
Every Chick-fil-A.
That's all, yeah.
It says Seaford, but they're good at all of them.
Yeah, I got-
They're not good past the end of the year, okay?
I will take advantage of that.
I love Chick-fil-A. Do you like Chick-fil-A?
I do. I love the
What
waffle
do you
fries.
like there?
Waffle fries and their Chick-fil-A sauce.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's really good.
What do you put the Chick-fil-A sauce on?
The waffle fries.
No
You just dip
kidding.
them right into it. That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
really
missing
good.
something.
Yeah, try that. It's really good.
Now, have you ever had their sweet tea?
No, my wife and my daughter always get the half and half, the lemonade and tea mixture.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they love it.
Do they?
I just get a Diet Coke and go.
Diet Coke and go. Easy man to please.
That's
Diet
right.
Coke and go.
Yep.
All right, Chuck, we're going to leave you, all right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Have a good day.
thank you. You too.
There he goes, everybody. Chuck. Chuck is the man up there at Weller's. We made some TV commercials that are going to play, and it's all about Chuck's got it. I keep questioning him. He's like, I got it. I got it. I got it. Him and Jimmy and Mike and Rosa, they got it. They got it. Hey, let's brag on Mike. Not Mike. Let's not brag on Mike. Let's brag on Mid-South Audio, okay? Mid-South Audio, okay? And it's Kevin Short, all right? And this is a sponsor segment, and he has got these deals started on December 1st. And it's like 12 deals of Christmas sale. And man, there's some deeply discounted stuff, and some of it comes with a free gift card. After you buy the stuff, he gives you a free gift card. So if you've never been to Mid-South Audio, they're in Georgetown. They're not in Georgetown. They were in Georgetown. They got a Georgetown phone number, but they're in Milton. And where are they? Right across the street from the large Firewood display. Kevin likes to say we're next to the post office. So either way, next to the post office, but you need to go by Mid-South Audio in the evenings. They've got all these lights. The place looks beautiful, okay? And they can do that. They can sell you or rent you equipment to light up your place if you want. But inside there is all kinds of electronic things. It's like a superstore. They're open 6 days a week. And if you don't know what to get somebody, get them a gift card, okay? They're one size fits all. You can get them in any amount you want and get a gift card for somebody that needs any audio. You know, people are doing Zoom meetings and, you know, they're doing more remotely and they need advice, they need input, they need help. They're sick of buying stuff online, and then when you get it, it wasn't as big as it looked in the picture and nobody's there to help me. Mid-South Audio is the opposite of that. They got great pricing, as good as online pricing, but you can touch it, you can feel it. Actually, I'm taking my son Jimmy there Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning, and he's going to get some speakers. So we're going to see what all they have. He's never been there. So if you've never been to Mid-South Audio, it needs to be a destination that you go to before Christmas and do some shopping there. They're in Milton, Delaware. Phone numbers 302-856-6993. 856-6993, midsouthaudeo.com on the web. Like them on Facebook if you would, okay? Chef Fred's Cafe is cooking it up. I can smell the bacon in the background. So anyway, if you're hungry and you want a good place to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, pizzas, cheesesteaks, cold cut sandwiches, if you want breakfast, soups, homemade soups, it's Chef Fred's Cafe right here in Laurel, one of the best kept secrets around. Great place to eat 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, right inside the Laurel Junction. Right inside the convenience store is Chef Fred's Cafe, and we are at Laurel Junction. And if you want to start a business and rent a spot here, you can. If you want to clean out your garage and get rid of your stuff, you can. All kinds of things going on at Laurel Junction, all right? Want to brag one more time on Vanderwin's Ice Cream, okay? This is a new little sign I had made. I'm getting some more signs made for other businesses. So if you're out there and you want to advertise on the show and you want this sign to sit there during the show, you pay me to put the sign here, okay? But Vanderwin's Ice Cream is a great place to get ice cream. So if you're looking for a perfect gift for people for Christmas, you know, you go to work somewhere and you got to buy somebody a gift and you don't know what size they are or what they like or don't like. Everybody likes ice cream, okay? So get a gift card to Vanderwin's for the holiday season, all right? Also, if you just want some good ice cream, out on 404 outside of Greenwood is Vanderwin's Ice Cream, okay? And there's 4 locations. I just think some of them are closed for the winter months. So look them up on Facebook, Vanderwin's Ice Cream or Vanderwin Farm Creamery on the web. So anyway, check them out. Good ice cream, good place to deal, great gift cards. You can just buy ice cream too, a quart, a cup, a pint, or a cone, or you can get a milkshake, and their milkshakes come with this nice big straw, okay? So nothing worse than getting a nice thick milkshake, but you can't suck it out of the straw because the straw's too small. They have these nice big flowing straws, okay? So who am I talking about? Vanderwin's Ice Cream. I've said enough, and if you want a gift card to Vanderwin's Ice Cream, 2 of them, you got to do something totally different today. We're going to do something totally different, all right? You got to dial this number, 302-751-5001. You say, I've never heard that number before. It's brand new. 5001 is the number, 751-5001. If you want 2 gift cards to Vanderwin's, call that number right now. Leave me a message, and I'll set 2 aside for you at Weller's in Bridgeville next week. You know, I want to tell you some weird little story. It's getting cold out. That's not the weirdest thing, but it's getting cold out, and guess what happens when it gets cold? Mice, for some strange reason, start making their way indoors as it gets colder out. So, in the event you need any pest control help, like pest control solutions, I deal with Integrity Pest Solutions, okay? And this is a sponsor segment, and what I'm letting you know is if you need any help with pest control, okay, we've got the stink bugs under control, but if you got any mice or anything you need in the pest control world, maybe you've dealt somewhere and not got the results you want, maybe you've never dealt with a pest control company and you want to get it under control, you hate spiders, you hate mice, whatever it is, you give Keith a call. Now, Keith is an owner-operator. His name is Keith Ruark. It's Integrity Pest Solutions, all right? So you give Keith a call. Keith's the guy that will come out. He'll give you a free evaluation. He'll tell you what you got and what it's going to take to deal with it. You can deal with him one time, but what's best is to get yourself an annual agreement. He also does termites, too. He can tell you what your termite situation is. That one might not be a free evaluation. But anyway, Keith has been around for years, been doing it for years. He's licensed, he's insured, and when you call, you're going to get Keith on the phone, You're going to get Keith for the evaluation, and you're going to get Keith when he does the work. I love it because every time he comes, it's a guy that's been at my property before, and he knows what it was like last time. So there's nothing worse than you deal with a company and then they send somebody out there that could care less. Keith cares. It's his business. It's his livelihood. He will do a good job for you, all right? So if you're tired of the big companies, you want to deal with an owner-operator, you give Keith a call. His number's 302-858-8629. Dial it in that order, 858-8629. Integrity Pest Solutions on the web, and like them on Facebook too, if you would, okay? Now, our next guest will be coming up in a little while. I think we're going to talk about 8 o'clock. We're going to talk with Colin Walls II, I think, for a little bit about Walls Service Center, TV Delmarva, okay? We're not at 8 o'clock yet, but about 8 o'clock, we take a break from the radio, but we're going to talk with Colin a little bit about TV Delmarva and maybe Walls Service Center, I'm not sure. All right? After that, we have the Wicomico County Sheriff, Mike Lewis, going to be joining us, and I think we're going to have him on for 2 segments, one between 8 and 8:30 for a little bit, one between 8:30 and 9, and we are going to pick his brain, and we are going to learn all about what it's like to be a sheriff and the life and times of Mike Lewis. It's going to be very good. So I don't want you to miss any of that, all right? The last time I had a police officer on, I said, do you come to work every day? And I'm thinking that was the wrong question to ask, so I hope to do better this time. So anyway, but we're here, we're at Laurel Junction, we're having a good time, and people are eating, and we're doing a good job here at keeping you entertained as best we can. Now, you hear me talk about this company every week. It's L&W Insurance Agency. This is a sponsor segment. This is my insurance man. And you say, why do you even like your insurance man? I hate buying insurance. I like my insurance company, which is L&W, because they give me phenomenal service. I have a brand new 2021 Tahoe that I ran into a great big bird a couple weeks ago. And it happened on a Monday. I gave them a call on a Monday. Okay? Next thing you know, on Monday, the insurance company has already worked up the estimate. And in a couple days, I had my money. They said, take it anywhere you want. And if there's more problems, let us know, and we'll take care of it. So I'm really happy with that kind of service, okay? So when I buy insurance, I let them look at what I've got. I let them give me recommendations. They don't sell just one brand. They sell multiple brands. One company might be good with this. One company might be good with that. So anyway, it's L&W Insurance Agency, and they don't deal with just businesses. In other words, you could be just an individual that needs renter's insurance. I never realized that renters need to have renter's insurance. In other words, if you rent a place and something happens, your stuff is not covered by your landlord. You got to get your own renter's insurance, okay? So anyway, I'm just letting you know, personal, business, life, health, disability, whatever type of insurances you need, you give L&W a call and they'll walk you through it. If you got insurance, you want to get a second opinion, you want them to look at what you got, they'll look your stuff over and tell you what they think. lwinsurance.com on the web, 302-856-7828. It's 856-7828, lwinsurance.com on the web. Been in business a long time, and they're very, very active on the Facebook, okay? Now, lots of things are going to happen in the rest of the show. You said, Jim, you haven't gave anything away just yet. I've had phone calls. If you want 2 gift cards to Vanderwin's, okay, and they don't have an expiration date, they're free. You just dial 302-751-5001 and leave me a message. Say, Jim, my name is, I want 2 gift cards to Vanderwin's. You pick them up at Weller's in Bridgeville next week, all right? It's that simple. No purchase necessary. No big deal. Everybody loves Vanderwin's ice cream. Now, what else is going on today? I told you we have a sale at Weller's that ends today, okay? So don't miss out on that. When Chuck was talking about price increases, we're just saying it's horrible. Horrible, horrible what's happening with the prices of everything. So at Weller's, we're just struggling to have trailers, but we do have plenty of them. My new keychains are out. They have a picture of me on them. They have Weller Does Delmarva's logo. Pretty cool. And they're free. If you want one of these, you just need to come on in here to Laurel Junction and pick one up from Denise or Linda. I hear the music. We're taking a break from the radio. Get ready. Colin Walls II will be on in just a minute. Here we go. All right, we got Colin Walls the second here. He's a nervous wreck.
Yep.
And
Can't you tell?
I can always tell. We're going to take a picture. This is for our swimsuit edition. I don't even know what that would mean with all of us. But anyway, you start talking and I'm going to drink water.
Well,
How's
I can
that?
tell you, I do look pretty good in a bikini.
Do you really?
Yeah, how about you?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well,
I haven't got one. They're one size fits all.
Right, yeah.
And they really don't fit all.
Right. Well, you won't see me wearing one at the shop. That's what we're going to talk about.
All right.
So
How is the shop?
very busy.
Very busy.
Yep. We got a new guy there.
Oh,
helping
do
us.
you?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I've met him.
Yep. 4 days a week. I'm in there training him.
Really?
Yeah. So we're training him from the ground up. So
Well, I
he's
like
not
that.
starting with any bad habits or
Right,
anything like
right.
that.
I like that.
And I would much rather train somebody like that instead
Yes.
of trying to break 10 years of bad habits.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, because you're all about doing a good job.
Right.
Your customers are your friends.
Yep.
You face them. You're not some big company.
Yep.
You know, it's all about this is our family business,
Right.
our name.
Yeah, and if they want to talk to me, they can talk right to me.
Right.
I'm the one running
the
everything
place,
there right
yeah.
now. And people like that I can remember almost everything I've done on everybody's car that we work on, even if I didn't work on
Really?
it. Yeah, it's really, really strange.
They
But I
like
can
that.
remember from years ago what we did on somebody's car, and they love that.
Wow, isn't that nice?
Yeah, so we are really busy. I'm doing a lot of timing belt and water pump jobs next week. I think I've got 3 lined up.
Really?
All on Hondas.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And that's like one of those major maintenance things that people do at 100,000 miles.
Okay.
So your timing belt controls like the timing of the engine. So if that breaks, typically
Everything is out of sync.
yeah, usually ruins the engine if that breaks.
Really?
Yeah, your pistons,
So
will
it's
hit
a
your valves
serious.
and everything.
Now, is that something that you can look at and tell if it's bad, or do you have to wait for it to
sometimes
break?
there's an inspection cover that you can
Okay.
look through, but a lot of times you have to rip the front of the engine apart to be
Just
able to
to
get
see
to
it.
That's why they do it
At 100,000 miles.
80,000, 100,000, whatever your maintenance says.
So kind of no matter what brand of vehicle,
Right.
If you've got 80 to 100,000 miles, it's just a good
Right,
idea.
if it has a timing belt, yeah.
If it
some
has a
some
timing
have timing
belt.
chains and everything.
They're different.
Yeah, those are different. Those are usually maintenance free. You
That's
don't,
literally a chain.
yeah, it's chain. Yeah, it's and
Okay.
sometimes there's balance shaft chains. There's multiple chains in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, how
Yep.
cool.
So we got a lot of that going on.
So you work on foreign cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
No,
you-
no European stuff.
No European,
That's
okay.
Specialty.
Right.
Yeah,
Specialty
shops.
tools
Yeah.
and
Yep. There's
yeah.
almost nobody around Milford anymore that'll even mess with them.
really?
Yeah.
Just wherever you bought it, pretty much.
Yeah, wherever you bought it, there's a couple specialty shops around the area that
Okay.
mess with them.
All right. Do you want to talk about if you could pick a property you want in case somebody has one for sale? Or
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure.
I didn't know. We didn't want to get too personal here.
Yeah,
So let's
no,
take a
sure.
moment and say if somebody out there is watching or listening.
Yep.
And they have a property for sale.
Correct.
You've already got a realtor, so you're
Yep.
not looking for a realtor.
Right.
You're looking for a property, a certain type property. What are you looking for?
Something that's not in town limits.
Okay.
Something where we can have, like, maybe some chickens or something like that.
Okay.
At least an acre of land.
At least an acre.
we're selling
not
our
20
house.
or 30.
No, not
Okay,
that
so
much.
an acre to 2 or 3 acres.
Yeah, a couple acres.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. And because we're selling our house in
Milford.
which has
Okay.
been in our family this is the first time it's ever been on the market.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Since it was built.
in
Isn't that
54.
something?
Yeah.
So you're
Yep.
selling your house, and it's listed with a realtor.
Yep. And I just got
Okay.
another showing request.
So you got about 8 showings in a day.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I can't be
The
there.
market to sell is hot.
Right. Yeah.
You need to find something to buy.
Right, yeah, because we're going to end up, well, at least I'm going to end up in a camper here shortly if we don't find something. So, yeah, we are
my.
looking for a house or something. We're looking for anything
Something.
that sits on a couple acres. I
Okay.
can make it work.
Okay.
Even if it needs, like, little
Some
repairs
work,
or something.
right,
Yeah. Yep,
right.
that doesn't bother
Okay.
me.
All right. So it could be a fixer-upper.
Yep.
And so how do you want somebody to reach out to you? But again, you're not looking for realtors to call you.
Right, right.
You know?
I've got a realtor. She's great, and we're
Right.
sticking with her.
Right. You're looking for somebody that owns a property
Right.
that says, I'd like to sell you this property.
Yeah, yep. They can text me or call me, 302-943-9188, and get up with me like that.
I guess if they're a realtor, they could call you, though, if they
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah,
Right? Okay. All right. And so your house looks like it's going to sell pretty fast.
I think so, yeah.
And it was very affordable. What, 225?
225, yeah.
225 in Milford. Got a basement.
Yeah.
Got a garage.
Full basement, detached 2-car garage.
3-bedroom?
3-bedroom with a first floor master.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So what's it feel like to be selling your first house?
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
A little bit stressful.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24.
Yeah.
So you're moving along.
Yeah, we bought that house when I was 21.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you're going to sell it. You're going to buy another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to stay around the Milford area, but there's not much
There.
in the Milford area
So
right now.
towards Greenwood or towards Harrington.
Yeah, Greenwood, Harrington.
Maybe not towards Georgetown.
Yeah,
too
not
much.
yeah.
Not that way.
It depends on the
Right,
property.
Right,
You know,
right.
It's really got to wow me to
right.
drive
But
like that.
you're in the more the Milford, Lincoln, Greenwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So how do they contact you?
302-943-9188. They can text me or call me.
All right. We're coming back on the
All right.
radio. Thank you, Colin.
Yep, thank you.
All right. We're buying houses, selling houses. Everything's going on here today. Good morning, everybody. We're back on the radio. Jim Weller here. You are watching and listening to a show like no other show, okay? It's called Weller Does Delmarva. Weller Does Delmarva. We're sitting here in Laurel Junction, and we're having a good time, okay? And we got different guests. We got lots of things going on. I didn't want to do a couple sponsor segments real quick, okay? So I want to do one for Blue Hen Fuel, first of all. Blue Hen Fuel is a good sponsor of the show, and it's run and operated by a guy named C.P. King. A lot of people know him in the Lincoln area. I believe his uncle started the business. So anyway, they do all kinds of fuel. So you say, well, what do I need them for? Well, maybe you're tired of the big companies that treat you very impersonal and you need some propane, or maybe you need some heating oil, or maybe you need some diesel fuel, or I buy gasoline from them, okay? I've got like a gas tank, and I buy also diesel fuel for my little tractor and for my forklift. So what I like about them is they're kind of like an owner-operator type company, where in this world we live in, everybody's like getting away from that. Like, you know, you heard Colin talk a minute ago about how if you've had your car worked on with him, he can remember what he did to your car, even if it was a year ago. Some people forget who you were when you called them 5 minutes ago and they didn't call you back. C.P. King runs a nice business called Blue Hen Fuel in Lincoln, Delaware. So if you need some of what he offers, they're open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. They've been in business over 40 years. They serve Sussex and Kent County. Their motto is big enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Okay? It's one thing to care. They actually want to know you. So I like all that. Propane, gasoline, heating oil, kerosene, diesel fuel, commercial, residential, agricultural. Just give them a call. Here's the phone number. You got to do the 302 thing now. 302-422-HEAT. Bring the heat. 302-424-4328, okay? Dial it in that order. It works best if you dial it in that order. Now, my next guest is here. I've been very excited to get him on, and I was hoping I do a good job. So let's take a picture first. This is for our new calendar. Hopefully we'll never be on the wall of a post office. So, how you doing there, young man?
Good morning, Jim. How are you, sir?
Real good. This is the Wicomico County Sheriff, Mike Lewis. Is that correct?
It is. Thank you for having me on the show.
And I took a ride one time with one of your deputies. I believe his name was Scott Hamilton.
Absolutely.
And the Corporal He Cook's procession, he took me up in a helicopter. And I'm not a person who likes to fly, but he did a good job.
Well, he's quite the pilot. As you all know, he's also a flight instructor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Down in Fort Rucker, Alabama. He is a Black Hawk helicopter flight instructor.
So I was in good hands.
You were in great hands.
Wow.
And I knew you were up there that day. I was actually
Really?
viewing that whole procession. I was on Route 50 at 213 on the Queen Anne's County line.
Okay.
And I'd taken my pickup truck up with some family members because we wanted to pay our respects up there.
Yeah. It was quite inspiring to see all those people.
Indeed, it was.
You know, the news makes it sound like everybody hates the police. You know, it wasn't like that day. I mean, people were out there, compassion, cared, you know, was honoring a fallen officer.
Incredibly humbling experience, no doubt about it.
It really was. Yeah. So anyway, you're the sheriff.
I am.
All right. So I got to ask, like, I even made some notes. When did this start? Like, when you were a young man, or a child, like, when did you decide you wanted to be a peace officer?
Well, you know, Jim, I graduated in 1982 from High in Wicomico County, and during my high school years, I saw quite a few drug addicts among people I consider to be my friends, quite
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
And it really concerned me, the trajectory they were on with their lives. And we talked about what we were going to do after school.
Okay.
And I had honestly made my mind up I was going to go in the Marine Corps. And I was processing with 4 other guys to go in the United States Marine Corps. And it was in April of 1982, the Maryland State Police in Salisbury had an open house at Route 13 in Dagsville Road. And I went to the open house, and there was a recruiter there by the name of Wayne Lowe, who told me that while I could certainly go in the Marine Corps, if I would consider a career with the Maryland State Police, I could actually enter the Maryland State Police at age 18 as a cadet.
Wow.
And he gave me some literature on that, and I explored it, and I came back and met with him a couple of times, and I entered the Maryland State Police at the young age of 19 years of age, fresh out of high school.
Went through their academy.
Went through the Maryland State Police Academy in Baltimore in Pikesville. That was a live-in academy. You had to live there for 6 months.
Wow.
And once I got out of academy, they sent me down to Prince Frederick. I was a brand new young trooper, still living at home with mom and dad, 0 responsibilities, no children, no wife.
Wow.
And so I spent first part of my career down in Calvert County working in Prince Frederick in the tobacco fields down there.
Really?
Yeah, and then came back to the Berlin Barrack in 1988 and worked at the Berlin Barrack through 1991, at which time I had started an initiative on U.S. Route 13 to tackle the major drug traffickers running drugs from New York down to the Tidewater area of Virginia, serving the 6 cities in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, and experienced some very measurable success that caught the attention of the Federal Drug Enforcement Administration. And they had me then run and supervise an interdiction team on U.S. Route 13 in Wicomico County, just south of where you and I are seated today. And
a lot of drugs coming through there.
Major drug corridor out here on U.S. Route 13, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, in 1994, 95, and 96, while serving as a Maryland State Trooper in Salisbury, I recorded the top crack cocaine seizures in the entire nation and was flown down to Texas for an award ceremony. But they were all made right here on U.S. Route 13, right out in front of where we're seated today here in Laurel, Delaware.
How do you know a car has drugs?
Well, we look for body language and their reaction to their presence. And I tell people this all the time. There are hundreds of traffic infractions that go by you in 1 minute's time. In a minute's time, there are hundreds of traffic infractions. It's the body language and the demeanor and the comportment of individuals inside that car when they notice you sitting on the side of the roadside that I look for. It's their reaction to my presence. And someone who's
Really?
actively engaged in criminal activity, they react totally differently than someone who's got most people have no idea they've got some equipment violation on their car, or they've committed a minor traffic infraction, or they've got a cracked windshield, or a registration validation tab that's not present, out of place, or obstructed. But those that are actively engaged in a felony will react totally differently. And it's an involuntary response. They don't know
You
it.
can
It's
witness
involuntary.
this as they drive
Absolutely.
by?
Absolutely. And then you watch their body language deteriorate as you pull out from the crossover, as you pull out from a parking lot, as you pull out from your parking
Because they
area.
know you're coming.
They know you're coming. And then you watch the vehicle sway to the left, which means they're watching your left mirror. When it goes back to the right, they're looking at you in the rearview mirror. They've got their eyes on you because they just drove past you, and they know they've got $2 or $3 million in heroin or cocaine secreted inside their vehicle. It's a lot of fun.
So when you stop a vehicle, okay, so you've now stopped somebody that has acted suspicious after they've driven by you, right?
Yes, sir.
How does this unfold next? How do you even know there's drugs, or is drugs the
I don't
thing
have
that's
to ask them a single question, Jim. It's watching their carotid pulse, the involuntary,
their neck?
their neck, carotid pulse, and whether I'm standing on the passenger side or the driver's side, that carotid pulse is involuntary. Then you see the involuntary twitching of nerves in the forehead that they have no control over whatsoever. And then when they surrender a driver's license, people got to keep this in mind. It's not unusual to be nervous when you get stopped by the police, but it's the unusual level of nervousness that I find associated with criminal activity that I capitalize on standing on that roadside while talking to a violator.
Do you personally still go out on the road?
I certainly do. Stopped a car yesterday.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I went to the Delaware State Police's first Citizen Police Academy 20, 30 years ago, and I got to do a ride-along. And since that, I've probably been doing them for 20-plus years. In other words, that carotid artery thing, I've seen that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You know, because you can tell when their throat starts twitching that something's going to happen.
Absolutely.
They're either going to come unglued
Or when you ask a
Something.
simple question on the roadside, where are you coming from? Where am I coming from? When they repeat that question, there's a
Right.
reason for that, because they're fabricating. They're trying to think up something. They don't
Right.
want you to know where they're coming from. People always try to disassociate themselves with New York City. Why? Because New York City has a population of 8.5 million people. That's more than the entire state of Maryland. That's in New York City alone in 5 little boroughs. They want to steer clear of New York City because New York City is obviously and has always been a major source city for narcotics in our nation.
Really?
Yeah.
So you could tell a lot just by. Do you go teach this?
I teach all over the country, yes, sir.
Do you really?
I'll be teaching in Creighton County, North Carolina, or New Bern, North Carolina, next Wednesday and Thursday, just on this topic.
Wow. Now, so you travel a lot.
I do. I do,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. And so, hold on. So you did all this as a state trooper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how did you go from a state trooper to a sheriff?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Jim. That's a great question. I never aspired to be an elected sheriff. I never aspired to be the sheriff of Wicomico County, Maryland. It was in 2006, while serving as a Maryland State Trooper, I was sitting up on the Interstate 95 corridor. We had just stopped a vehicle with 17 kilograms of cocaine secreted in the floor of a minivan, and the whole floor of the minivan had raised up on electronically controlled pistons to reveal 17 vacuum seal packs, bricks of cocaine
How'd you
secreted in
find
the
'em?
floor. I bent down and looked beneath the undercarriage during a traffic stop. I could see that the floor had been dropped, fresh black spray paint on it, Bondo and body filler. Reached up, attached my hand to the underside of the minivan, which was a Dodge Caravan, and there was immediate transfer. This vehicle was on its maiden voyage. They had just fabricated this trap, this hide, this vault in the floor, and were headed with 17 kilograms of cocaine down to Greensboro, North Carolina when we stopped it.
Did your mind go to drugs or guns or?
I knew right away it was either going to be a load of cocaine or bulk U.S. currency, because the I-95 corridor is considered the most dangerous roadway in our entire nation. More police officers, more deputies, more troopers have been shot and killed on I-95 on drug interdiction stops than any other roadway in our nation.
Get out of
Absolutely.
town.
Battling
So-
the Colombian cartels from South America all the way up to Maine.
Really?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And now human trafficking.
Yes, sir. Human trafficking's huge right now. It's
Wow.
huge.
So you were a state trooper, then you ran for sheriff.
I did. I did not know that the incumbent sheriff in Wicomico County had announced at a morning briefing he would not be seeking re-election. And while working on I-95 that day, those 17 kilograms of cocaine, we were working on doing a controlled delivery of the drugs down to North Carolina when I received a phone call from Wicomico County from then State's Attorney David Shuhart. And State's Attorney David
Asking
Shuhart,
you.
yes, asking me, would you consider running? I said, well, I would never do that to Sheriff Hunter Nelms. He said, no, he's just announced this morning he will not be seeking a 6th term. He said, you need to run for this position. Only you can do this job. And I dismissed it, but there were several more phone calls that succeeded that phone call in the days following that people convinced me I needed to run. And my wife and I went to a weekend to remember, a religious retreat up in Dover, Delaware, for the weekend in Dover, and we thought about it, we prayed about it, we discussed it in great detail, and on the way home from Dover on a Sunday afternoon, I looked at her and I said, we're going to do this. And the following Tuesday on the steps of the Wicomico County Circuit Court, I announced my candidacy for sheriff of Wicomico County, Maryland.
And how long had you been a Maryland state trooper?
I've been a state trooper at that time for 22 years.
So quite a loss for them.
It was it
But-
was certainly a loss to me because I grew up in the Maryland State Police. I love the Maryland State Police. I slept and breathed the Maryland State Police, and I still love the Maryland State Police.
Wow.
But I knew that if I wanted to change the trajectory of law enforcement in Wicomico County, as you well know, drugs and gangs were very bad back then. We had a high of 14 homicides in Wicomico County. In 2006, we averaged 3 to 5 a year now. So we cut those more than in half. So we've worked very hard, but it's the team I've got, Jim. As you well know, I can't do anything without a
Right.
team of good people surrounding me, like Scott Hamilton. You mentioned
Yep.
Scott a while ago. By the way, he's retired.
Yep.
And
But
he's
his
flying
wife works,
helicopters.
doesn't
His
she?
wife is, in fact, I've since promoted her since he retired.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and but you got to have great people, and Scott's one of the sharpest, knowledgeable guys I had, and ran our traffic homicide program for years.
Do you guys have helicopters?
We do not.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
actually had helicopters offered to me free of charge. But
Really?
as you well know, to maintain a helicopter, the
Takes
fuel
a lot of
helicopter,
money, yeah.
it takes a lot of
The
money.
maintenance
service
and
them,
everything,
yeah.
wow.
And when I've got the Maryland State Police in my backyard with Trooper 4, a $16 million aircraft, why would I burden the taxpayers with an aviation program in Wicomico County?
Okay, I need to take a break
Please,
for a little
absolutely.
bit. But can you stay and talk one more segment with me?
I'm here with you,
after-
Jim. Absolutely, my
Okay.
friend.
Man, this is so interesting to me because you've written a book now, so we'll talk about that in the next segment.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir,
All right,
absolutely.
so I'm going to need you to stand by for a little bit. Let me do some commercials, and then we'll have you on after 8:30. Thank you. All right, I am overwhelmed with all this. In other words, so you talk about, somebody making a difference right on the front line. That's on the front line pretty good. So if you have never in your life done a ride-along, you need to see if where you live will allow you to do one. It does give you a front row seat to how much things are going on. But that carotid artery thing I've been on, I've seen it, where people get nervous and their neck starts to twitching. All right, now we're still with you, everybody, so we're going to talk to him one more time after 8:30, but we want to thank you all for watching the show and tuning in and listening in and things of that nature. Where are we? We're in the Laurel Junction in Laurel, Delaware. Got lots of things going on. And Weller's is open. They tell me we're busy already. But I want to mention Wilson's Auction because today in Lincoln City, Delaware is a big auction. It's called Wilson's Auction. So this is a sponsor segment. They have one every Saturday at 10 o'clock. It goes all day and into the night. Denise and I go sometimes and can't help herself and buy something. But they've got a little bit of everything. And you can see what they've got for sale today in Lincoln by looking, or you can see some of it, by looking at wilsonsauction.com's website. Now, today in Harrington at Taylor and Messick. Everybody knows Taylor and Messick. What an icon in our community. I remember Walt Messick. I bought my John Deere riding lawnmower from him years ago, and his son Jimmy is running it, and his daughter Rhonda, and then Jimmy's got a son named Jimmy Jr., and so Taylor and Messick is having a huge auction today, and Dave Wilson, of course, is the auctioneer. So anyway, in Harrington at Taylor and Messick today, along with in Lincoln. So in Lincoln at 10 o'clock today is Wilson's Auction, okay? And it's going to go all day and into the night. But also today, an off-site auction at Taylor and Messick in Harrington starting at 9 o'clock. So if you wanted a lawnmower, a tractor, you've always wanted to own a combine, whatever you may need, today is the day at Taylor and Messick in Harrington. And if you go there, do me a favor, look up Dave Wilson or Jimmy Messick and tell him Jim Weller said hello. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. I might make my way there later on, but just pages of stuff, lots of photos available also at wilsonsauction.com of the sale today at Taylor and Messick in Harrington. So that brings me to my next thoughts. If you own a business and you want to liquidate some inventory and turn it into cash, Wilson's Auction can do that. They can have an off-site auction at your place, or you can bring it to Wilson's Auction in Lincoln. Or if you just want to clean your garage out or your basement or whatever, they can help you with that. So, wilsonsauction.com. They're very active on Facebook. Please look them up there. Or you can just literally call them on the telephone, 302-422-3454, 422-3454. I told you we've got calendars at Weller's in Bridgeville, and if you want one, just stop on in. And just lots of things going on out there. I know that a friend of mine named Tim Ayers does not like any attention brought to him, but tomorrow's his birthday. So happy birthday, Tim. He's a good friend of mine, and I like to give him a hard time every now and then. So Tim, happy birthday to Tim Ayers. If you know him, get up with him and wish him a happy birthday. That's tomorrow. Dry Zone is another good sponsor of the show. I talked to somebody just the other day that had some work done by Dry Zone and said, you know what, I really like that company. Here's what you're going to like about Dry Zone. Now, they do crawl space encapsulation. They do some foundation work. They can help you if your basement's leaking and you need a sump pump or whatever. But what you're going to like about them is when you call on the phone, somebody's going to answer the telephone, okay? And then they're going to coordinate an appointment with you that works with you for a time and a day that works with you. They're not going to say, we can only make these times and that's it, take it or leave it. They're not like that. They're very personable. Bill and Heather Anderson are the owners. They're local people, and Dry Zone does a lot of good things. But everything they do, they're all trained to do it, okay? So they train and train and train, and they make sure that they do it the same way consistently. They use quality parts. They use as much made-in-American parts as they can get, and they're just a great company to deal with. I've dealt with them on numerous projects, been very happy every single time. They want you not just satisfied, They want you 100% satisfied, and they really care from every employee you interface with, starting with your first phone call. So what else do? They own another division called Hello Garage. And Grace is one of the salespeople there, and she will come out and talk to you about remodeling and revitalizing your garage with a nice floor, with some cabinets, with different things. So if you want to talk to them about any of these services, just dial one phone number, and they'll get you squared away from there. It's 302-684-5034, 684-5034, and the website is dryzone.com. And they are extremely active on the Facebook, okay? So what else is going on? It's the time of year people are buying firewood, okay? Everybody needs good firewood. You want seasoned firewood, okay? Because there's nothing worse than being in season and not getting seasoned firewood. So Jerry Santoro, he's got firewood, all right? So he's a sponsor of the show. You hear me talk about him every week. Jerry's Lawn Care. So if you need any firewood, Jerry Santoro can help you out, okay? He's in Greenwood, so you can go to him and get it, or you can have him deliver it. A lot of noise in the background. Colin likes that. Colin likes that noise in the background. It kind of lets you know we're live on location, okay? So anyway, but Jerry Santoro has firewood, all right? He has seasoned hardwood. You can pick it up from him in Greenwood, or he can deliver it to you, all right? Now, he also does the lot clearing. Like if you have a lot, you need it cleared. But a lot of people are having tree work done, Jerry was telling me, whether they've got a tree where a limb is about to break, or the tree has just gotten rotten, or, they've had a lot of rain and the roots are showing and they're worried it's going to just fall over. So anyway, if you need a tree taken down or trimmed up, Jerry can help you out with that. If you need the stump ground up, or you want the stump dug up, whatever you do or need done, he can do whatever you need done. He clears building lots also, and he is just all around helpful. So whether you need some, land clearing, or whether you need some type of landscaping, whether you're planning next year's landscaping projects, he does pavers too. You give Jerry a call. Estimates are free. He's licensed. He's insured. He knows what he's doing. He's local. He's honest. He's fair. You give Jerry a call. What's the phone number? 302-363-6025. That's 302-363-6025. JLC-LLC.com on the web. Now, people have been calling in for the Vanderwins gift cards, and I want to say thank you very much. If you're out there and you want a couple gift cards to Vanderwins, you simply dial this number and leave me a message. Yes, I've had people call this morning, so here's the deal. What does this one say? Okay, so anyway, it's good messages. So if you want to leave me a message, and you want a couple gift cards to Vanderwins, they're free. It's just that simple. They're free. You got to pick them up at Weller's in Bridgeville starting next Tuesday. Call this number, and I'll get your name on the list. It's 302-751-5001. That's 302-751-5001. It's a voicemail. Leave me a message, and I'll set 2 gift cards aside with your name on it. They are one size fits all, and you can get them at Weller's and then go to Vanderwins and get some ice cream. Or you can give them away. Whatever you want to do is fine with me, all right? In a little while, we're going to take a break at 8:30. We take a break from the radio. When we do, I'm either going to talk to Hunter or Colin. We're going to chit-chat a little bit. I don't want you to miss that, so you'll need to switch over to TV Delmarva when we take a break at 8:30, or, my Facebook page, Weller Does Delmarva on Facebook. Want to brag one more time on Easy Clean Power Washing, which is Mike Schaefer's. A lot of people know him. A lot of people have dealt with him. If you need some power washing done, you're getting ready to put your Christmas lights up and you want the house to look really good, he's got a few openings left for this year, whether you want to power wash your house, your deck, your sidewalk, your driveway, your garage, or some equipment. He can do that too. So he does really good power washing. He also does soft wash if you want your roof cleaned or whatever. So it's Easy Clean Power Washing. Mike Schaefer's 302-381-8305. 381-8305. Like him on Facebook. Tell him I sent you. He'll do you a good job. We're taking a break from the radio. We're going to stay right on with you on TV Delmarva. All right, here we go. Hunter is coming down. Hunter has been working very hard behind the scenes to make sure everything goes perfect. here at, what's the name of this show? Weller Does Delmarva. Hunter, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. It was fun working with you the other night. We did the Georgetown Christmas Parade. Mm-hmm. And then Monday night, there's caroling on the Circle.
Yep.
And then Friday night is another Christmas parade in Greenwood.
Oh, yes. So it's going to be a very busy week.
It is
for
that.
us here.
So what can we expect from TV Delmarva, the weather, Hunter Outten? What's next for us? For you, for me, for us to see. For you, for me, for us to see.
Well, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing this week is going to be broadcasted on TV Delmarva. Caroling at the Circle in Georgetown, that's going to be Monday, 6:30.
Okay. In
Not
the
exactly
evening.
sure how long that's going to be.
Now, are you the head caroler?
No one wants to hear me
no,
sing.
he's laughing. Okay, so, all right. So, caroling on the Circle starting, did you say 6:30?
6:30, yes.
All right, that's this Wednesday. That's this Monday night.
Monday, yep.
In Georgetown. So if you can't make it, or if you're there and you want to watch it again, it'll be available on TV Delmarva or TV Delmarva's Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night is the parade
Yeah, for Greenwood.
for Greenwood. Anything in between?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, but it can happen.
But it can definitely
And
happen.
there's always breaking news.
Oh, there's
you
always
know.
breaking news of some sort going on every single day.
All right. But it seems like the TV Delmarva team has really got it going on, advertising opportunities. Colin told me that, if somebody wants to buy some ads, that he is able to help them produce the commercial.
Yep.
So it's really one call does it all. You can buy an ad package, and then you can get it produced, and you can get it running.
Yep, it's going to be produced by me, actually.
Oh, you're the commercial producer.
Yeah, the editing
Well,
for him.
I
yeah.
love mine. I think you're doing a great job. So thank you for that. All right. So the best way to talk to Colin, like if you said, well, how much is an ad? What's the deal? I want to do something this year, next year. You give him a call at 302-242-8015. He's a busy guy. 242-8015. All right. I did say it right, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you doing today?
What I'm doing today, well, I'll be going back to the studio and get everything for the weekend forecast then. And then hopefully tonight, if I can get myself up early enough, 4 o'clock in the morning, to image this comet.
What comet?
Comet Leonard.
He's coming to Sussex County? Comet Leonard. Okay, this
like
is
a
a comet
superhero.
you'll be able to see, but do I need a telescope or what?
Yeah, right now you need a pair of binoculars or a small telescope, but hopefully towards the middle of this month, it's supposed to be naked eye.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like really early in the morning. It's just before sunrise.
Tomorrow morning.
Well, pretty much for this entire month.
Oh, so we could get up at 4 o'clock every day if we
Yep.
want. Okay.
Yeah, it makes its closest approach on December 12th.
December 12th, okay. Where in the sky?
It's in the eastern part of the sky before sunset. I mean,
Before-
before sunrise. Before sunset.
Don't trip him up, Denise. Denise loves looking at all this
see
stuff.
it at sunset. It's just very, very low in the sky. You need
So,
like a good western horizon.
If we were in Lincoln, which way do we look?
East.
Towards Dolly's Popcorn or towards
the ocean.
towards the ocean?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's going to be in the constellation of Butes, right next to a
Oh.
bright yellow star called Arcturus this weekend. So
Really?
that's going to be a really easy find for me and my
I got it all.
equipment that I
know, right?
have to be taking all these photos.
Wow. How are you taking photos of these things?
It is a long, long process. It's
Okay.
a series of photos that I take through my series of 2 telescopes that have all hooked up to a computer, and I take all those photos, intricates of like 1 to 3 minutes, and I stack them all on top of each other, so it ends up being hours worth of photos into one.
Wow. No wonder you love editing TV commercials. It goes quicker than that, huh? Wow. Hours of that.
Yeah, it takes hours.
So when I see a picture you post, you've put some effort into that.
Yep, those are normally 2 to 3 hours worth of images and exposures together.
Wow.
So I spend
I love your
hours.
attention to detail. I love that. I love that. You really want it right. Like when you do the weather, you want it right. You don't want to guess or fudge anything. You want it right. I like
Exactly.
that. I like
Well,
that.
like at least nice for me taking the photos of stuff now. Usually I had to be outside when it's like 20 some degrees, all bundled
okay.
up. Now I have everything. I set up a laptop outside, so all the cameras and stuff are connected to that laptop. I have it inside of a tote bin, and then I
Okay.
remote into it from inside.
Very
so I can
good
see the
thinking.
pictures that it takes and like make adjustments to the track and all that.
Wow, that's very good thinking. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. Is that all right?
That is perfectly okay.
All right. And anything else I need to know?
That should really be it.
Okie dokie. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
TV Delmarva, folks. These are young men that are just starting their careers. And just listen to the interest that he has, the passion. You know, nowadays you get yourself an employee and they could really care less or whatever. Here, this guy is just going the extra mile to give good weather reports, but everything he does, he wants to do it with a certain level of excellence, and I appreciate it. He actually did edit my TV commercials. They're pretty cool. You need to watch them. We got some really good ones the other day. We made a bunch of them. So what else is going on? We talked about Chick-fil-A a little bit, and I just want to say thanks a lot to Chick-fil-A for their support and their sponsorship and everything. And we're going to have Sheriff Mike Lewis on again in a few minutes. And I'm just kind of amazed with all that. I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I told you already. We got our new calendar. So if you'd like a Weller's calendar, they are available at Weller's in Bridgeville, okay? Weller's Utility Trailers. We're going to prep for the radio. I'm prepping. I'm getting my hair straight. All right, we're going back on the radio here in just a couple minutes. All right, so we are on the radio, and that's kind of where we're at, and we're sitting here in Laurel Junction, and I got a little bit behind today, and I apologize for that. I just want to see if I got anything else. I just want to brag on Chick-fil-A just a little bit more because I am so honored that they sponsored the show. So this is a sponsor segment, and so we have to say that. We have to let you know it's a sponsor segment, and Chick-fil-A has been real good to us, and I love Chick-fil-A, okay? The thing is, when you get there, no matter how long the line is, and I don't know how they do it, but they are always pleasant. The food is always hot. My order's always right. And it's just great, in other words, you know. So I really like Chick-fil-A. We have some gift cards we were giving away. I guess I can do this. No, I'll do that another time. So I just want to let you know that if you need food from Chick-fil-A, they are connected to DoorDash. You can get it delivered. I get Chick-fil-A delivered by the Milford Chick-fil-A to Lincoln, and I'm really happy with it. So good people, employing good people, doing a good job in our community. And I am just thankful that they exist, okay? Now, are we going to do another picture? All right, Linda wants to do another picture just to be on the safe side. How's that? All right, thank you. All right, so now I want to try to see what else I need to learn here. So we're talking with Sheriff Mike Lewis, the Wicomico County Sheriff, started at like 18, 19 years old in a law enforcement career with the Maryland State Police, was there 20-some years.
22 years.
22 years, was encouraged very strongly to run for the sheriff, and did it, and you won the first election?
Won the first election with 73%. There was actually 7 of us running. There were 7
Golly
candidates running
day.
for sheriff.
Wow.
There were four running on the Republican ticket, 3 on the Democratic ticket, and I, of course, was running on the Republican ticket and won my primary and then won the general election with 73% of the vote. 4 years later, in 2010, I ran unopposed.
Okay.
4 years later, in 2014, I ran unopposed. 4 years later, in 2018, I ran unopposed, and I have announced my candidacy for a 5th term, and so far I'm running unopposed in next year's election.
And so I sense that you being the sheriff and the prosecutors and all the governing agencies, you are gelling well. Everybody's working well together.
Well, you have to,
sounds like-
Jim, absolutely, because our citizens deserve nothing less than that.
Right.
They got to know that there is a fine-tuned operation taking place in terms of law enforcement, prosecution of these cases, working with all of our allied agencies. And just yesterday, we worked very closely with a huge case involving the Delaware State Police. That will be coming out in the days ahead. It's a huge case.
Really?
And we work very closely with Delaware all the time, and the governor's task force up here.
Okay.
And so we do a lot of great cases together, and I could not do what I've done in Wicomico County without the assistance of the Delaware State Police.
Wow.
Believe it or not, we work very closely on a number of cases. And as you all know, it's been 12 years ago this month that we had the kidnapping and murder of little 11-year-old girl Sara
I
Foxwell.
remember that.
And she was found within sight of the Delaware line. And the Delaware
Really?
State Police were very instrumental in assisting us, not only with their helicopter. I actually flew Wicomico County on Christmas Day in the Delaware State Police helicopter.
Looking for her.
Absolutely looking for her. In fact, we flew directly over
Christmas
top
Day.
on Christmas Day. Had we not flown directly over top of her body, I would have seen her. I was looking out the left side of the aircraft, but she was right beneath the belly of the aircraft. And
But she was deceased.
She was deceased, absolutely. She had been murdered 2 days earlier on December the 23rd. And
How
we
sad.
had worked around the clock to find her, and she was found on Christmas Day at 3:50 p.m. in the afternoon.
Wow.
12 years ago this month.
What happened to the gentleman that killed her?
Thomas Leggs was the suspect who murdered her. He got 2 separate life in prison without the possibility of parole sentences.
Okay.
And that was in exchange for telling us how he did what he did, how he got into her home, and how he was able to kidnap her in the middle of the night from her bedroom in her pajamas.
How sick.
He's a sick man. He's a monster, no doubt about it. And I want the public to know there are monsters out there every day walking among us. Not everybody can be rehabilitated.
Right.
He is a monster. He is a monster who had criminal charges pending in 2 separate jurisdictions at the time he committed this crime.
And this is why we need attorney generals who
Absolutely.
don't fool around with this
You better
stuff.
believe it.
In other words, this is why we need to take crime seriously.
This is why we need
This-
to take the murder of He Cook seriously. The police officer killed in Delmar, killed back in April this year. We need to take his crime seriously, and we need this attorney general in Delaware to make sure that guy never sees the light of day again.
Right. And it's a time when people want to defund the police. They want to just throw roses at everybody. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I don't think people realize crime is real, and some people just need to be in jail.
Well, there are some people who have this dystopian view that everything is okay.
Right.
Everything is great. We all need to get along. Well, guess what? There are some people who don't choose to get along.
Right.
They don't want to assimilate with society. They choose to prey on people every single day. And those are the people I like to focus on.
So you personally have, like, how many people working under you?
I have 96 sworn sheriff's deputies in Wicomico County.
96?
Yes, sir.
I had no idea.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it like to get new recruits? I mean, how is that going?
Well, I got to
Or-
be honest with you, Jim. We have had a great variety of candidates who have applied for the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office. And right now we have a very qualified pool of candidates that will be entering the Eastern Shore Criminal Justice Academy in January.
Okay.
We are down several deputies. I've never had this many vacancies in 15 years as sheriff of Wicomico County. In the last year and a half alone, because of all the defund the police and the anti-law enforcement climate, I have had a mass exodus of 14 sheriff's deputies, the most I've ever had leave the Wicom. In fact, I've never had any vacancies, period. I've always been always prided myself on having no vacancies, but we've always been very thrilled with the tenured sheriff's deputies we have in Wicomico County. We still have a very tenured force,
Right.
But we are down 14 people right now.
And you have K-9 unit.
We have the largest K-9 unit of police officers on the entire Delmarva Peninsula. In Wicomico County alone, I have 7 K-9s and 7 dog handlers to serve the citizens of Wicomico County.
A lot of that's for drugs.
Absolutely. A lot of it's drugs, but
Okay.
we have article dogs too. When I say article dogs, if someone discards a gun, if someone discards a wallet, if someone discards anything while in flight and being pursued by law enforcement, we can bring dogs in that are specifically trained to detect nothing but articles that have been thrown.
What, they smell a scent on somebody's wallet?
Absolutely. Absolutely, they can smell a scent. They can smell a scent a mile away. A dog's sense of smell is 900 times greater than the human nose. They can smell things that you and I never thought of smelling.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
what we use dogs all the time on traffic stops. But, we were talking about a case a while ago, and you mentioned the fact that I have a book coming out. I do have a book coming out.
Yep.
It's going to be released on December the 14th.
Okay.
It's called Sheriff Mike Lewis, Constitutional Uncanceled. As you
Okay.
well know, we have this cancel culture right now going on
Right.
across this country. I don't subscribe to cancellation at all. I mean, people know me well enough. No, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to tell you what's on my mind. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. But we had a traffic stop one day on Interstate 95, and based on the body language and demeanor of the female operator of that vehicle, we requested and received permission to search a car. And when we popped the trunk of the car, there were 2 dead bodies in the trunk. Both were victims of multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and to the face. They had been murdered in Greensboro, North Carolina. Their bodies were being transported up to New York for disposition. When we stopped them for a routine traffic violation, location on Interstate 95 in Cecil County, Maryland. Now, we were able to solve a double homicide before it had ever been reported to law enforcement down in Greensboro. We were able to solve it. The case was tried federally and the United States District Court in Baltimore City. But people never, and I say this all the time, people have no idea the importance of aggressive or proactive law enforcement. I never sat back and waited to receive a call. I went out there and made it happen. And that's what we have a number of police officers still doing today. And we can thank God for police officers still out there every single day, suit up, put on that armor, put on that uniform, and go out here and face the worst of the worst. Because in society today, it's the worst I have ever seen it.
Right.
It really is. I think everybody would agree with that. 2 hours north of us in Philadelphia, they have broken their all-time record for homicides. Earlier this week, they eclipsed over 700 homicides. Right now, they're at 711. So that's 11 homicides this week alone. Think about that.
Golly,
In the city of Philadelphia. The city of brotherly love.
Wow. Well, there's no question morality and sanity have left the building.
Without a doubt.
I mean, and compassion for one another.
But
it's
people
just
like you and I are going to restore it, Jim. I have confidence. I have faith. I'm not giving up. I'm not waving that white flag of surrender. I'm going to keep doing what I do and what I love to do for the citizens, not only of Wicomico County, but the citizens of this country. They deserve nothing less.
Now, how would somebody get to know more about you? Number one, you got a book coming out.
Absolutely.
And you're not even making money on the book.
No, sir.
The money's going to go in another direction.
That is correct.
Okay, so the book's coming out in time for Christmas. The other thing is you are very active. So what if somebody just wanted to learn more about you or contact you?
They can contact me via Facebook. They can contact the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office or go online at wicomicocountysheriff.com.
All right. Now I got to switch gears a little bit more.
Sure.
Do you know the name Mike Mercer?
Mike is a very dear friend of mine. He and his wife, Joanne, very precious people. They are stellar citizens of Wicomico County, and I'm proud to know them.
Well, good. He was
But now
so
he has a
excited.
dark side. I will not share that on the air.
Okay. No, he does a good job here, and we're glad to be here. We're honored that he has us on board, and but he was very excited. But he said you got some special fish tank in your office.
I do.
Can we talk about that?
Absolutely. It's I was on my way home from Baltimore as a Maryland State Trooper, made a traffic stop on Route 50 right there at the Bay Bridge in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, Maryland. End up searching a vehicle based on the odor of cocaine. I smelled cocaine coming out of the minivan, and I conducted a probable cause search. There were two separate electronically controlled compartments built down inside the gas tank of that vehicle on U.S. Route 50 eastbound in Anne Arundel County, Maryland. Based on the discovery of the two false compartments built in the gas tank loaded with cocaine and marijuana, we conducted a search warrant on the suspect's house in Wicomico County, Maryland, and he had a fish aquarium stand in there with a fish aquarium. He had fish in there, aquatic light, had the pump, had the UV lights, but the fish aquarium immediately caught our attention as one that I've discovered many times in SUVs and pickup trucks out here on U.S. Route 13.
The fish tank.
The fish tank. Inside the fish tank was an electronically controlled compartment with steel walls inside of it, with $273,000 in U.S. currency inside of it. Once the case was adjudicated, that fish aquarium stand is now in my office. So if anybody wants to come by and see some high-tech, secretive drug vaults, come by my office. I can show you. We have dining room tables. We have end tables all built that we've discovered on search warrants inside.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when you get that kind of money,
Like having a front row seat to the greatest show on earth,
I
baby.
agree. I
Every
want to
day.
come see some of this stuff. But when you get that kind of money, where does it go? Because you get to use it somehow.
We do
right?
get to use it, absolutely. As a matter of fact, it goes through the court process. Once it's adjudicated and forfeited to Wicomico County, we have a checks and balances system. It actually goes straight to the Wicomico County Treasurer account. And then I go before my 7 men and women of the Wicomico County Council with a laundry list of items I want for the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office, right down to the penny. They vote on it. Once it's approved, that money is transferred to the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office from Wicomico County. And then we buy brand new body armor, brand new helmets, brand new vests. I recently bought brand new uniforms for my deputies with money that I seized down in Butts County, Georgia, when I took 5 deputies down there to work, and we seized over $427,000 in 4 days.
You're funding yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's amazing.
The
In
citizens
other
of
words,
Wicomico County aren't paying for any of that.
You're like a bargain.
That's exactly how we do it.
Wow. So you're finding enough money that ends up getting surrendered
Absolutely.
to fund the growth and the safety.
That is correct.
And Do your people wear the body camera?
I've had body-worn. I was the first law enforcement agency in Wicomico County to have body-worn cameras. I was the first law enforcement agency in Wicomico County, other than the Maryland State Police, to have in-car cameras. That's one of the things I campaigned on 15 years ago. I wanted to provide in-car cameras and body-worn cameras to every deputy. Our citizens deserve it. It protects us from civil liability, and it's not Big Brother watching over you. I tell my deputies that all the time. This is how we protect our people and this county from civil liability. And it's the best non-biased witness you'll ever have, Jim. The best non-biased witness.
The camera don't lie.
Camera doesn't lie. You better believe it.
It can't. Wow. Well, I am just about out of time with you. Is there any other points you want to make?
No, I just want to thank you for all you do for Delmarva, sir, and thank you for having me on the show.
Wow. Well, I have a couple gifts. Here's a Weller Does Delmarva keychain. And do you ever make your way near Vanderwin's ice cream?
Absolutely.
Okay. I didn't know if you ate ice cream.
Hey, listen,
or not.
I can be bribed on a traffic stop with ice cream. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go with those. I'll give you 2 of these keychains just
Thank
for the
you, my
heck of
friend.
it. This was good. It was
great, Jim. And anytime you want me back, I'll be here.
Okay. Well, I want to get up with you sometime, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All
You bet.
Merry Christmas and
Merry
God
Christmas
bless
to you and your
okay?
family. God bless you, my
thank
friend.
Take care.
Absolutely.
All right. There he goes. Where's Mike Schaefer at? I'm going to get him over here. Mike Mercer. Mike Schaefer's not even here. Mike Mercer, why don't you... Oh, I can't even get his name right, by golly. Mike said to me, you're going to get him on here and you're going to learn so much.
Merry Christmas.
I just want to know, Mike Schaefer, Mike Mercer, whatever your name is, what did you think of the interview? How did it go?
I thought it was good. I never am real concerned about somebody interviewing Mike Lewis. If you've got a microphone, you just hand it to him. The interview's going to go well.
I didn't step all over him,
Oh,
did I?
no. I just told him the first of the year we're going down there for lunch.
Okay.
I'm going to treat for lunch, and you'll be treated when you go in his office. So
Wow.
we'll do that.
How you doing today?
Doing good. Hey,
Doing good.
This kind of weather in December.
great
This kind
day.
of weather in December, we got
The
a crowd
property's
out
full
back.
of people, yeah.
Yep. It could be worse weather, so I'm doing well.
Right.
Doing
We'll take
well.
every one of these Saturdays and Sundays we can get.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, that was a good time with him. Oh, let me give you a couple of these. Will
Yeah,
you give one to Diane for me?
I will do that.
Yep, they're going to be collector's items. Do you need any ice cream cards?
Yeah, I do actually. Mike may stop me. I live in Wicomico County, so if I could.
Oh, you have to bribe me with it?
I need these just in case.
All right, here, we're going to take a picture. This is for the Laurel Post Office. All right. So anyway, I think that's all I got. Anything we need to know about Laurel Junction?
Now we're just headed for the holiday season, and excited for the new year and get this one behind us and off the calendar and
go from there.
Move from there.
All right. Well, I'm going to say thank you.
All righty, Jim.
Okay,
Thank you.
it was
as always.
good.
Appreciate you.
All
guys.
right. So that is the gentleman who owns and operates Laurel Junction, Mike Mercer is his name, not Mike Schaefer. Oh my gosh, all that talk got me going, boy. I am amazed at all those stories. So I'm going to have to get that book and read it. All right, what else is going on? Weller's is open. You know what? We got time to take some phone calls. Can we turn on the telephone? 302, I forgot the phone number, 422-7336. 302-422-7336. If you would like one of our new keychains, I'll set one aside for you at Weller's. I never even thought of that, okay? So I'm going to say this phone call is for a keychain. So if you want a new Weller Does Delmarva keychain for free, it's a nice quality keychain, okay? And there's what it looks like, and they are free. If you want one, just call now. Operators are standing by. I'm the operator. 302-422-7336 if you want one of these keychains, or if you just want to say hello, we'd love to hear from you. It's Weller Does Delmarva. We are live right here in the Laurel Junction in Laurel, Delaware. Last week, Denise and I went and got a Christmas tree. Today, we're going to take our picture for the personal Christmas card, right? So anyway, it's a time of year we always have a hard time getting that picture taken, but we're going to get her done today. All right. Was that the telephone? Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. And who am I talking to?
Greg Fuller.
Oh, Greg, how you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm calling for my keychain.
Okay, well, we'll set one aside for you at Weller's in Bridgeville.
Hold on. This guy wants to speak to you, too.
What's that now?
Good morning, Jim. How are you today?
How you doing?
It's good. It's Steve Grossman. I'm enjoying breakfast with my buddy Greg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you in the neighborhood?
I could be in the neighborhood there, buddy.
All right, now we've got Steve Grossman. Oh, my goodness. Next, it'll be Frank Knotts. Or Chris Callio. Or Breakfast Bob. All right. These guys are actually here in person. If they weren't so humble, they would let me buy their breakfast. But keychains is all they need, okay? They're such a humble group. So anyway, let's not even get into that. All right. These guys can't even be bribed with breakfast. All right? All right. Hey, I'll tell you what. I got time for him. What's his name again? Greg Fuller? If you could come over. I don't want to impose on your personal time with Frank and Steve. You got to come around. You got to come around because of the cameras, everybody. Everybody wants to walk right through there. So anyway, I'm just messing. Anyway, Greg Fuller is a good friend of mine. And what? Oh, he's still going the wrong way. It's okay. It's okay. Where's his wife at? He's good at following her direction. We're giving him the wrong direction. This is Greg Fuller. You're going to know him when you see him. He's a good guy. Good family man, good Christian man, and a good friend of mine. And he's running for some kind of political office. I want him to tell you about it, okay? Because I don't want to butcher it up. Is he coming? Now he slowed down on me. What happened to him? Come on, Greg. We got about 2 minutes left. That's okay.
I was talking to a fellow veteran. I never turn my back on a veteran.
All right, here we go. We have to take a picture.
All right, Jimmy.
In case they ever need it for the post office. All right, Greg Fuller. Family man, Christian man, veteran. What's going on in your world?
I'm just here enjoying the company here, Jimmy.
Hold on. It's one thing to be here in their company, but you're actually claiming to enjoy it?
Well, I was talking about you, Jimmy. All these great people.
That was real good.
I was actually talking about you, but I was including them guys too.
Okay.
First time in the place, I've been with you to other places,
Yeah.
Smith's, but they've been telling me to come, and it's really a great atmosphere. I ate the food; it was really good
wonderful?
food.
Yes.
Yes, I had my lovely wife here with
Yep.
me too. It was really good, and enjoyed ourselves. Enjoyed
She's your
yourself.
videographer? Is that what it's called, videographer?
Well, she's my everything.
She's your everything. She is.
Really, she
and
is.
he treats her that way, too.
She's my everything.
Yep. Greg is very outward about how much he loves his wife and how much he adores her, and I appreciate that in a man nowadays. I really do.
Remember,
I
because
really
Christ
do.
loved the church. Remember?
That's right,
And how
yeah.
that's how we got to love them.
Each
the
other,
same
yeah.
way. Love our
Yep.
wife as Christ loved that church.
All right. Real quick, you are running for something.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Let's tell everybody about that.
We're running for, in 2022, we'll be on the ballot for the Sussex County Register of Wills.
Okay. All right. So keep him in mind. He's a good man. If you don't know him, get to know him so you can make an educated decision. How's that?
That's really good, Jim.
In other words, know what you're doing. Your vote counts. You've only got one.
You only got
so
one.
you want to cast it on the right person. I've known Greg for years. Really like him. Appreciate his witness and his friendship and how much he does love his wife. I'm telling you, that's a big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
You're very outward about it. In other words, I try to be good with Denise, but
yes,
you do a
are.
good job. So anyway,
You are.
We both married up. That would
Yes,
be the
we
way
did.
to put it. So, and our wives would describe it as a stress test that never ends. I don't know
good,
about that.
Jimmy. That's
I don't
really
want, I don't
good,
want to
though.
put words in her mouth, but
That's good.
all
though.
right. Anything else I need to know?
None, just that we're going to be working hard. I'm going to be joining my good friend Kathy this evening.
okay.
Kathy Robinette. So she's going to be
Are
at the
you
American.
singing?
I'm not sure. She wanted
Okay.
me to do a little something with her,
Okay.
so we may do something.
Okay.
But it's really based upon her show. I'm actually going to support her and
Okay.
see what she's doing at my post 28 this
Yep.
evening. And I'm looking forward to that. She has a wonderful voice. And there is a possibility that I may join her.
Okay.
So if you're
Well,
in the
good.
neighborhood of Post 28,
Check 'em out
come by and
tonight.
see Kathy Robinette and
Tonight.
Hot Rods.
That's a tonight only offer.
Yeah, it's only
There's so
tonight.
many today only offers we've made has been unbelievable.
Yes,
All
it
right,
is.
Here's a couple keychains for you.
That's it.
They're going to be a collector's item,
Yes, they will be.
and I'm going to let you go if that's okay.
It's all right with me, Jimmy.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
All right, thanks,
All right.
Jimmy.
Everybody, thank you for watching the show. We're in the last couple minutes. Was there anything anybody else needed to say? Frank, Steve, nobody? Good. That's great. All right. No problem at all. They didn't even hear me, so we'll leave it at that. All right. So this has been a good show today. No fights have broke out. We've all got along. and it's been a good morning, okay? So thank you for watching the show. We'd love some comments, preferably good ones, but we take them all. So anyway, we're a one-size-fits-all group of people. So if you like the show, if you got any suggestions, we're open-minded. You can reach me through Facebook real easy. And we thank you, though. We do this show each and every week. How many times have we done this now? 430 times we've done this show. 430 times we've done this show. Okay, I've missed a few, but the show has never missed a show. So we say thanks a lot to Delaware 1059 and TV Delmarva and YouTube and Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and everybody in between and all the guys here, Jonathan and Colin and Hunter. And then Colin is probably back at the studio doing things. And then we've got Jackie who lines up everybody. Denise helps me on Saturday mornings. I appreciate that. And Linda Bosco, wherever she is. Thanks a lot. So anyway, that's it. We're out of time. I hear the music. God bless you all. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you when I see you. All right. For the TV audience, we're going to keep talking. We need your help. Sign the petition to get us on Mediacom and on Comcast, or if you just know the president of those companies, call them up and tell them to put us right on there with TV Delmarva. Don't forget, we'll be back next Saturday, and don't forget the Christmas parade. We're going to broadcast live Friday night from Greenwood, Delaware, and Monday night from Georgetown, caroling on the circle. We're out of time. Everybody, I had two different versions of the timer going on.